Jones.
Yeah.
And Daredevil was the first one.
Yeah.
And then I think they learned from there, and then they were like, oh, let's do Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Daredevil kind of fell off, eh? Like,
I liked it though.
yeah, like the first season, and that for me.
The second season was pretty good too.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to get it back the way they were telling. Like I saw a petition online.
Yeah.
I like Luke Cage too. I like the first one. The second season was like, what the fuck is they doing? But the first season was mean because you know, like he was a hood dude.
Yeah.
Like just trying to do good by his community. Yeah. Jessica Jones was a bit weird. But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
And then Iron Fist was the other one. That's the other one.
Yeah.
I saw the rumors, like, because you know the She-Hulk is going to be like, they're going to try and have Jessica Jones in that as well, eh?
Oh, that would be mean.
Yeah.
That would be, yeah, because there's a crossover there with the lawyer thing, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that on, I think it's Geek Culture or something.
I didn't like that.
Feed.
You should have got someone who moved better off the karate.
Who?
Kung Fu.
The
Actor, the Iron Fist actor. He looked
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
Iron Fist.
I don't think I've watched that one.
Iron Fist?
Yeah.
I only watched like 2 episodes of that and I was like, oh, nah.
Yeah, that one wasn't as good, eh?
Yeah.
The Iron Fist wasn't as good.
You should have got the guy from Cobra Kai. Robbie.
Do you guys know what's happening with those Marvel, like Daredevil and that? Because they're not going to go to Disney Plus, I don't think.
Nah.
Because it's like R18
Yeah.
sort of thing.
I think Disney Plus is doing something with, they're going to bring mature stuff on through Fox and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay.
reading that they're looking at doing it because like Deadpool, because Deadpool's coming to MCU soon. And then like Wolverine, like the Logan movies and stuff.
Yeah.
They're looking at bringing them in. So yeah, I was reading about it. But, fuck, bro, I can't wait for that. I'm looking forward to that Loki one, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
That looks good, eh?
Yeah, that one. There's heaps that I'm looking forward to. But yeah, oh me.
So you're a big Marvel fan?
Yeah, bro, huge,
Mm.
huge Marvel fan, G. Even like comic wise.
Yeah.
I've always kind of, always been into them. Like I was really lucky that fucking my cousins had heaps of those books, and the cards. I used to collect the cards.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Fleur cards. I had the whole set. Gee, I was like, yo.
I remember the card collecting days, eh? Like at school.
Uh,
But it was more the movies, eh? Movies. But I remember the first ones was the WWF.
Yeah, the
pink.
Superstar.
Remember the pink?
Yeah.
With the chewing gum with it.
Yeah. I think because my older brother, he was a big like card collector. He got the Batman. You know, remember the Michael Keaton?
Mm.
Oh yes,
Yeah, so
yes.
89. So my brother had the whole set. But remember, because they didn't have those clear files then, so he got those ring binders and just got like
Yeah.
A4, paper, and then just done it in order and that.
Dang.
Those were the good days because
Oh, bro.
those were released before the movie. Eh? So you'd kind of get okay.
Yeah. I wonder why. It'd be cool if they redid that, like with a popular movie coming out, and they just, or even the Marvel thing, and did like stills for it, like cartoon wise. That'd be cool, bro. I bet they probably already have, but fuck, we just didn't know.
Yeah.
But remember going back to the Batman in 1990? There was no internet. Oh,
No.
social media. So
It was all hype. The
they
hype
had
was,
to.
it was amazing,
They
eh?
bring out cards, and they brought out. They had Prince doing songs
Prince did
beforehand,
the song.
and they had all these paraphernalia come out.
Yeah, the T-shirts.
Just the marketing alone
Just to have
was.
the Batman T-shirt, eh?
And you had the big Batman sign on the billboards
Oh,
man.
all over the world and that.
Shit.
So you knew a lot of the movie before it
That's
came
right.
out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So there weren't going to be any leaks, or there were, people trying to go on YouTube or go online and kind of try and be the first to tell you the plot or the
Yeah.
storyline, eh? Yeah. So that was. I just remember that, and I remember that was the big hype. Like we'd had the Return of the Jedi. That's how far back.
Yeah.
My brother was collecting cards. So
Wow.
it's always good to have older siblings or older cousins that are into that kind of stuff. Eh?
Man, imagine getting that now, man. Imagine if you found those now, bro.
Oh,
They were in pristine.
yeah. It's still in the pack.
Ooh.
You stumbled across.
Oh.
There's probably some old store somewhere.
See, someone in Cuba, bro, had a card, had found a one of one. It was LeBron, a LeBron autograph. It was like two-sided, right? One was like a Michael Jordan, autograph, and one was a LeBron autograph, and we're $4 million.
Oh,
Yeah, it's looking to go to auction for $4 million. It was just in an attic, in perfect position, in perfect condition, and just in Cuba they found it and they're selling it. I was like, fuck, imagine finding that.
yeah.
Just in the middle of nowhere, or a dual signature one from Cuba. There it is here, bro.
Oh.
Oh no, sorry. What was that? There was another one, bro, and it was like the a Giannis card went for like $1 million plus.
Is that what was that his rookie card?
Yeah, with some of his uniform, bro. There's like, bro, I'm not even into that stuff, but like, there's some crazy stuff out there, eh?
So when you were collecting cards, what were the? Was it
Bro,
all
I
Marvel?
only had the Marvel ones, bro, and they were like, they were pretty cool, bro. Like, yeah, I remember, like, bro, a pack would have been like $10, bro, and you only got like 8-9 cards in it, and then bro, it was off the hook, bro. That's how I learnt around everyone, and then that was like, okay, this is Deadpool. This guy he's got cancer, and he got the therapy like that, and it gives you a little rundown, and then you go to the comic book shop and you're like, oh, I want to learn about this guy, and then that's how I kind of got into it. But then once I got to high school, I was just like into it, bro. Like, it was kind of like how anime is now. Like, people are into anime hard now, like, and that was how like X-Men comics and all that used to be for me. But let's go back, bro. They used to have these cards called suspended animation cards, bro. And it was like a card that was, it had like it was like a clear. So on the front of the cards, like Wolverine like thing, and then it was clear. Suspended animation Marvel cards, bro. And then you flip it over and it's got like behind them, like doing it, bro. It was off the shit. I had all of those, and I was like, yo. So it was almost like there were two cards. Let's have a look. There were the ones, oh man, they're different. So they were clear. But bro, fuck, I remember, I had, the 94 fluoro cards were the ones that I had. Here's all the suspended, that, like that Wolverine one right there, bro. It's like, it's $20 shit. Fucking God, like, I still got the full collection, bro.
Yeah.
And then you flip it over and it's like the back of them doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, and they were like clear, so you could see right through it. That was my jam, bro. That was fucking my jam.
So how many in the complete set?
I think there's about 500, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking, bro, it was all we were about, bro, back in those days. Yeah, gee.
So all the go-to places back, the only ones I used to know back...
For cards?
Yeah, for cards was up in High Street. What was the name of that place up in High Street we used to get the comics? Where there was Heroes up in Care Road.
Yeah.
There was
Old
another
school
one.
one, Mark 1.
Mark 1, that was
one, yeah.
That was the one back in the days.
The cards, bro, I used to have to go to, like there was a couple of stores that had like vending machines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then you just go to the vending machines, and there was heaps at at Clinton Town Centre, and I just to be like, yep, sweet, just go down there, get a pack, and then think I'm the man,
Yeah.
and then that's it. Bro, we started filming what?
Yeah, man.
Oh shit! Oh shit! What's up, everybody? God damn! My bad.
So, man, Happy New Year, bro.
Happy New Year! Thank you. Also, thanks guys for inviting me, feeding me as well, and filling my loins. Thank you so much.
Hey, no worries about feeding you, because every time I watch your bakery run videos, man, I'm just at the bakery straight away after I watch a few of the episodes here, bro.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm inciting more diabetes into the community. But hey, it is what it is.
The people need to be aware of places where the hype is real.
Yeah.
And there's places where, because I saw you before I came over. I just thought I'll catch up on a few videos before. And I'm a big fan of the Hong Kong bakery. Cheese sticks, hey Tama. The cheese sticks.
Is this why you guys invited me?
Cheese roll. Yeah. But then I saw it, and this guy always says, okay, do you want a pie? He goes, nah, pies are mud. And I said, oh, I've never actually bought a pie. And then when I saw it was you and also from Switter?
Yeah.
Yep.
Boomer.
Yeah, Boomer. And I thought, man, these guys, because I know how people can be a bit sensitive, man. What's the kickback been on that?
Bro, like
Because Hong Kong bakery, if you talk to anyone out south, they'll talk it up there. I even went there on Sunday. I was telling this guy I went on Sunday because I wanted to go get some cheese. I'm only there for the cheese sticks or cheese rolls.
Yeah.
And then there they were close to the 23rd. So hopefully this isn't backlash from those sorts of Sims.
The backlash was interesting because, like, I rip Cleveland Bakery. That's my thing, right? And that's my shtick. Like, people are like, oh, yo, you know, like, oh, any conversation we have is all about Cleveland Bakery. Like, when it comes down to it, it's not as good as Cleveland. It's not as good as that. But I do it to troll. Like, I'm not actually that homeboyish as. Like, I'm cool, you know, and doing the series, I've learned, like, there's so many good pies everywhere. Like, and that, you know, Cleveland Bakery isn't the be all and end all, but I still play it up. But everyone that likes Hong Kong Bakery always got to come at me about Cleveland. They're like, well, it's better than Cleveland. Cleveland was this and Cleveland's that. I'm like, yeah, no, really. Like, but no, we have got a couple of real out the gate kind of like messages around, don't come to Margaret Bridge again. If we see you in there, we'll give you a hiding. It's like, fuck, whatever. And I just hit it up like, yeah, all goods. But you know what though? You know, if bro, can you go to the pipe thing there? Look how dirty that is right there. Like, you can't tell me there's good pies in there. Look how dirty, bro. Wash your goddamn motherfucking.
Bro, that's like my missus said, hey, when your shop came on the Walmart, oh, look at that pie woman's dirty. Like, that's the first thing, man.
Also,
presentations.
Like, if you notice the real good bakeries, the pie bombers is 3 times that size.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
And that just tells you
that
something.
means they didn't sell enough pies.
Yeah, I mean, we had to keep it real. Like, we have steak and cheese pies at every place that we go to, and we have another pie from every place they go to, and then we have something else.
Yeah.
So, you know, we couldn't just, like, I get a lot of messages of, oh, you should have tried this, you should have tried the coconut buns, you should have tried the pork. We can't eat everything in the motherfucking bakery. Like, all these people are like, oh, you should try this. Bro, and like, we only have a very small amount of time because, you know, it's a busy, not every bakery, but most bakeries are pretty busy, and their bakery was very busy at that time, and so yeah, but I mean, yeah, I felt there was a little bit of feeling sorry for me, or for them, but and then that went away when I had a look at the, listen, if it's a chop suey pie, there needs to be some types of vermicelli in there, some you know, some good stuff, some corned beef maybe, but there's nothing. It was just a vegetarian pie with some jelly in it.
I mean, come on, that's an old school pie woman. Heyman bread?
Yep.
Heyman bread?
Yeah. But
You sound like there's kids. You must have been at the school tuck shop or something.
Well, that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of. School
back
tuck
in the
shop
days.
pie woman, yeah.
yeah, but no, the bakery run has been it's been amazing. The kickback that we've got from it, you know, the reviews, everyone's really kind of like, I get a lot of oh man, we were thinking about doing that, but we never got around to it. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Like yeah, and but no, yeah, it's I get messages nearly every day around where I should go to, and you know, it's cool. It's cool that people are very, very passionate around things in their local community, and that at the end of the day, whether it's good or, well, I can't really say that it's good or, most of the time, there's positives in every bakery. Like, we did say some good things about the cheese rolls. Yeah, we try to uplift as much as we can the local community, but yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been a cool process. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tim, it's pretty important, like your bakery management, because the amount of bakeries there are in Auckland, like, are there so many? So, you know, it's like on every, like, sort of like on every corner there's like a bakery that sells pies. So what you're doing actually is for us, right? It's for everyone. It's for the consumer, right?
Yeah.
Because if they're making pies like that Hong Kong episode you did, I mean,
You don't go on
then we're gonna blast it because they have to up their game.
Yeah. Well, that was the Hong Kong one's our second highest, like, viewed one, and it was, I think it was because people like like scandal. Like people like negative stuff. Like it's really weird. And but like a lot of people, and more people than not, a lot of people were like backing us up. Like, yeah, we always knew those pies were yuck. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why people hype it up so much. You know?
Well, I always thought the hype for Hong Kong, and I'm not on a lifetime guy. I only discovered the place about two years ago. But it was just the cheese rolls. That was what I thought that was all about. They had this kind of pork bun.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's under money, and sometimes, like you said, it's got that jelly.
Yeah.
See, but I think another thing that your bakery run what it kind of shows is how territorial people, us Aucklanders can be, Because I know, when you talk about a bakery, like how you talk about Clinton Wood Rebel bakery, Runway bakery, like that too, it's more like for sentimental value as well, You know what I mean? Because that's the best, when people... when people come back from Australia and that, they go, man, I've got to get me a big pie. I've got to go to my bakery and that. So, what part of it is, sometimes you've got to overlook.
Yeah.
This is the best. What is it? Because you're from that area.
Yeah. And I had to check myself because I was like that. I'm, and even to a certain extent, I'm still kind of like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I always rep Clinton Bakery. But at the same time, like, the more that I've gone outside of my own little bubble, the more I've kind of figured out, like, man, this is a really good place. Like, my friend Shannon, he's the one that was on the Kelston episode, and shout outs to my bro, because he was like, yo, this is the place, man. And I think that was like episode 4, so we didn't know what it was at that time, and we know what it is now, but we didn't know the impact it would have on people. And Shannon was just like, bro, like, try this place out. And I'm like, come on then, bro, you can come on too, because, And then, we get people that go into that custom bakery and then say, hey, man, I saw you guys I saw Tim eating the banana pancake. Is this the same one, And that banana pancake is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's my bakery just up the road. And, man, have you been?
Yeah, we used to go there, because my sister used to work up at Taylor's, the next street. So that was our stop before, on the way, like, it's no job. It's
on the main road.
Potato top pie from here,
Yeah.
How about chicken vegetable? That was the one over there, man.
That was the one, And, like, it's weird because, I'm just a dude that's just very lucky that's, been able to film this and go around. But, it's a lot of people are doing their own ones now, and it's great to see. Like, and imitation is the best form of flattery.
Yes.
And there's other people that are trying it, and I'm all for it, man. And whenever I see it, I'll always share it, or always like, yeah, bro, like, tell us. Yeah. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, fuck yous. Nah. I'm like, fuck you cheap motherfuckers. Nah. I'm not like that. But it's really cool. It's quite a cool little idea that we've come up with.
The access, I'm kind of amazed at the access that you got into the place on Care Road, that pie fee.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like watching how you, like, they've taken you to the back and they're showing you how they even gave you a chance to make your own.
Yeah, well,
your own pies.
So for those that are listening, we did a little mini series with Pie Fee in town, and because I really just wanted to know how they make them, and I think everybody kind of did. Like, how the hell do they make so many pies, And so we were really lucky. We found Lee, who's the owner, and we just said, bro, like, is it all good if we can come and film, like, just film how it is and what happens? And yeah, he was like, yeah, man, of course. And bro, he was like, bro, everything was all good. I was asking him about, like, what goes into his gravy, what goes into this, and yeah, he's cool. We actually we actually just finished filming another set with him yesterday for a more kind of like in-depth version of the bakery run.
Yeah.
Where we kind of go and we talk to him around his family and how what's it like being on K Road, and what was it like in 2003 when he started to now, and like, even, and then it goes into stuff like what happened when COVID happened, like how did you deal, and would you been able to deal with it without the subsidy, and things like that, and really getting into it. And then so we're looking at possible funded series for it. So so that was the main thing, is we want to transition from doing these 8-minute videos to hopefully doing a 23-minute video and it gets picked up from a TV channel or something like that. Yeah. So, big dreams.
And that's that sounds really made for Vice. That sounds like a Vice kind of program.
Either Vice or Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, or something that will let us kind of explore and give us a shot. So yeah. So we're in talks at the moment. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah. It's been good. It's been dope.
Yeah.
And and then we did the pie, the drop thing. So we're like Saturday, everybody show up. We've got a mega ring pie. We've got this fish pie and we've got this Cocoa Pops pie. If you guys want to come through, and man, I got there at like 6 o'clock, bro, thinking nobody was going to be there. Open at 7. Bro, there was like 8 people waiting outside before I got there. And I was just like, bro, this is crazy, bro. Like, shit. Yeah, and they sold out in 42 minutes. We sold out everything.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was cool, bro. And it was cool for Lee, because Lee made more money. He told me he made more money that day than he made the entire week. And I'm like, brother, fucking all good.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you want some? And I was like, no, we're cool. Yeah, he was so cool about it. But we're like, no, thank you. We're just doing it. We're just here for you, brother. Yeah. And we're looking at doing another one too, sometime this year, but at a different place.
So how did this all start with the bakery run? How did that start?
All right, so Will, who I always talk to on the camera, he's the main guy. He runs everything pretty much. So I used to work at a gaming place in town, and Will used to always come every day after school. He's a young cat, and he's a Halo player. He plays Halo, and he used to get into making little montages for his clips, because back then, bro, we didn't have everything that we have today. So he was there, and then I left there, and then I knew him, like we were mates, and then he just went on and studied filmography and all that. Went to uni, and then I started working with Basketball New Zealand to do some content for them. And I rang him up. I was like, dude, like we've got our national teams. We want to do some stuff called Tall Blacks Origins. It's all if you want to check it out, it's on YouTube. We did the Tall Blacks Origins and the Tall Ferns Origins, and it was just a look back at some of the players coming through the ranks. And that was a paid job. We did that. And then it's just the ones down there. We did a couple episodes. This was going back 2015.
Damn.
Yeah, and then so we did that. So this is all our mahi, and then I started Twitch streaming. Would have been 2017, and then he would just come through and watch, and we'd just kick it and chill out, and then I started my podcast, and he said, "Man, you'll be really good at hosting like stuff," and I was like, "Yeah, man, fucking sign me up." And then because he used to work at TVNZ for Re, so like the online thing.
Yeah.
I know this is a long story. Sorry.
No, man.
No.
But and then his contract didn't get renewed after COVID, so he hit me up and he was like, "Bro, like, have you got an idea?" And I was like, "Brother, in my chat, like on my Twitch, everybody always gives me shit when I rip Clinton Bakery. So what about like a series where we just go and like review bakeries?" And he's like, "Bro, let's do it." And then COVID hit, and we were like, "Oh fuck, we were gonna do it that weekend," and then we had to wait for that to things up. And then the first time we were allowed to do it, we met out at Hill Park and did that bakery. And then it was weird, bro, because we did the first episode, and then we left it, we put it out, and then it just kind of like grew like massively. We're like, there's like 100 people viewing this, which was massive for us. Like 100 people want to see this. So then we went out and we did the next couple. We did 2. We did the drawing one.
Bread basket? Is it the
Yeah,
one?
the bread basket one. And then we went to Windmill out with my bro Mikkel. And then we were out, and then, bro, like we put those out, and then it went to like 2,000 and like 4,000. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And then I was like, okay, I'm in, bro. Like, let's go serious. And that's when we got our first guest, which was Pax Asadi. And because I was doing the podcast, so I had like connections with people, and so I was like, and I know Pax from ages ago, so I just hit up Pax and I was like, bro, like, can we just do it? And then he's like, yeah, fuck, let's do it. And and then it just kind of snowballed from there. And now we've filmed, we're just about finished filming season 3. and then we're down to Wellington for season 4. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
Long story.
No.
You know,
Sorry.
You know the one, it's funny because I watched the one where you had Joseph Parker on.
Mm.
And he was sitting outside and he made this little quip like, oh yeah, I don't think the Anthony Joshua judges kind of thought, and I laughed, and then there was that kind of, there was that awkward silence like, did these guys playing on this, or was there?
Okay. So I threw it at him first,
Yeah.
and he laughed too loud.
Oh, okay.
He thought it was hilarious when
Yeah.
I said it. Like that first laugh that you get is actually him. And then I said, bro, can we do that again and just don't laugh? And then just stare at me? And then he did it. Yeah. So he's one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, bro. Like real, like I've met some nice people in my life, but none of them compare to, well, when you're that famous, bro, you kind of can be a bit of a dick, you know what I mean? But there was nothing
Get a
with
bit of
him.
an ego, eh?
He was just amazing, bro. And yeah, getting that was interesting. The Joseph Parker one. So it was just a random occurrence on Twitter. So I said something like, "Oh, I'm the toughest." No, because that's what I did. Mark Hunt, and then I was like, "I don't think we can get anyone tougher than Mark Hunt on the podcast." Someone tagged him in, and then he just threw me a DM like, "Bro, I'm keen to come on your podcast, man." And I got something else though. Like, you want to come on this bakery thing? And then he said, yeah. And then that was on the Thursday, and then we shot that on the Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah. And he's just the man. And he was just really interested in everybody that came up. Like, there's little kids that came, and he was just like, how's school? Who's your teacher? What's her name? You know, that kind of stuff. And he's just an awesome dude. And like now, like, because that was the first time I met him in person, and now I could just like message him. Like, I just hit him up around like the fight, like, good luck, brother, we got a date, and he gets back to you in like 20 minutes, like, yeah, brother, mean, gee, like, yeah, that's us. And yeah, he wants to do some other stuff too, but yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do because we've already done the bakery run, but yeah, we'll figure something out. Yeah, he's just a nice dude.
Because he was another one that started doing content creating with his little skits.
Yeah, I think he understands, right? He understands the because this blew up like everywhere, but he understood that social media can help people understand you. And a lot of people said like that, like watching that, and because he did a podcast later on with me, he said like that, a lot of people said that's the realest they've ever seen him, because normally he's media trained, right? But with me, you kind of can't be, because it's like, I'm not like starstruck. I'm like, yeah, you're all good. But, you know, I reckon you actually lost that. Like, you know, like, you should have got knocked out. And then he's like, whatever. But yeah, I think he appreciated that more than anything. But yeah, he's a beautiful dude, man. Like, his soul is just so nice. And yeah, and I was on another podcast the other day, and they asked me, oh, who do you think's going to win? I was like, Joseph Parker all day. Come on, man. it's my man, Joe. So yeah. And now we're connected for life.
Nice. With the pie as well.
With the pie, and he loves pies, man. But I don't know about that mince pie. He's like, yeah, I like mince pies. I was like, gee, you gotta live a little, brother. Gotta get out. Yeah, but he would, because normally I'll pay for the pies, and he was like, seriously, like, angry that I paid for the pies. He's like, no, how much was it? I'll get your money. And I was like, it was $500. It was $500 cash.
It was Ringside tickets. So
It was free whoppers if you knock them out in under 10 hours.
What's, you know, for those bakeries, I know that, I know Windmill, I think there's a lot, the Windmill bakery's a lot like the Hong Kong, like it's famous for the one thing. I know it's famous for the
mud cake.
Mud cake.
Right? Yeah.
You know,
That's all anybody knows.
You know, it's funny because if you see a cake and you see the calligraphy, like the writing, I'm like, oh yeah, that's
everyone
a
knows.
bakery.
Because they make massive ones.
Yeah.
They and cheap too. Yeah, so we had to get that, and it is very, very good.
Yeah,
that was the first thing we were like, yeah, this is probably the best thing we've had.
Yeah.
That's really cool because, like, you know, I go down the list on your YouTube on all the bakeries you've been to, and you know, I recognize a couple that I've been to. Oh yeah, I gotta watch that one. See what.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see that.
And we went out of town for season 2, just to see, you know, how it goes, and they didn't do as well as we thought they would. Like in terms of like numbers. Not saying that it's all around numbers, but Yeah. The views weren't as large as we thought they would be, but in saying that, we don't really do it for that. We do it for, we don't like, and Will always tells me all the time, like, we don't ever do this for the views. We do it for, like, it's a long-term content. Like, I'm used to doing short-term content where, like, especially on Twitch, it's like you're there. It's extremely small because you only get entertainment when you're there. But this one is supposed to be, we need to have a look at the numbers in, like, at the end of the year, not like at the end of the day. Yeah, so that's what Will was kind of taught me as well, is that, yeah. And, like our last one that we did in Rotorua, that we get a lot of people saying, oh, yeah, this is where we're going to stop off when we go to Vegas, so, yeah.
How trustworthy are those? They have the pie content, the pie competition.
Yeah.
How reliable do you think they
Bro,
are? Because
bro, I want to know that too, bro. Because so we're going to the ones this year. We're going to be doing some content there. We've already kind of like sussed that out. So when we go there, I'm going to be interested. I'm going to ask those questions, man. I'm going to be like, so like, what qualifies you?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not out at these pies at fucking Sunday after a mean ass bender, bro. What are you up to? You're some white dude that drives a Mercedes, Margie. But no, we're going this year, and I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out for you, bro. I'll be like, I'll ask that question because I wonder that question too. Yeah.
They need like a statute of limitations on how long you can put up gold.
Exactly.
Is this some that is gold middle pie, and then like you look at the thing in 1999,
and there's probably only 10 that enter their competition.
And there's different ones too. Is another thing. There's like the Bakels one, which is
that's
a legit one.
Yeah.
And then there's all these other ones, like this Australian one. There's like one for like latte art. There's one for like, there's so many. And you just put them up and they look the same. It's the thing with like the Kelston, my bakery in Kelston. It's funny, like they've won awards, but they like hide them. And it's probably because it's like 4 years ago, but still their bakeries, their pies are pretty good. So yeah.
I don't understand the Australian award one. They don't have different
They
tastes.
don't deserve us. They don't deserve
And
it.
they're
Seat at
fucking
this
shit.
table.
They shouldn't even be in the conversation. Like they can't.
Bro,
They shouldn't even utter the words pie. Like,
we get heaps of people, bro, you guys got to come over to Brisbane.
No.
You gotta go. I go, what the fuck for? Why? Why? And but I always hit them with the, oh, bro, if you're paying, you will come over. And then we get the scene. Then we get no reply and scene.
How many times does families over there in Australia come over here, go straight to get a pie?
That's it, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Besides, you're fortunate because you have to take that side out, the sentimental value, or the territorial thing, and you've got to go. I'm going to try and be as unbiased as possible. Because I saw the one when you went to, it was the Baker's Cottage, the one down in Kingsland.
Yep.
My parents, my dad used to go there every Saturday after he'd pick up mum from work. But it used to be known as Connor's Bakery.
Connors.
Connors.
That's not the same.
Connors.
It's still up there, Even the Wellington one, yeah?
Oh, Connors, eh?
Conan.
Yeah, Conan.
Conan, yeah. And then when you went there, I was like, I saw the headline. I went, oh yeah, I know that place. And then and I saw you give the rating, and I thought, mate, that's one of the highest. You gave it one of the highest ratings.
Oh man, and like you can tell just when you walk into a bakery, man.
Yeah.
Like if they actually give a shit about what they're making, and that's like, I mean, you go to Hong Kong, no disrespect again. But you look at that pie woman, G, they don't give a fuck, yo. All they gotta do is just get some jif, bro, get some spray and walk away, shit. But no, cuz. But like you can tell, and then even, cause I gotta go in. I'm the guy that has to go in and ask these people, can we, film here, right? You get some that are like, nah, yeah. And that's my first alarm bell, like, okay, like you're hiding something now. And then you get the ones like Colin's Bakery, they're like, yep, come on in. Like, let's go. Like, well, where do you want to go? Where do you guys want to sit? You want to sit here? And they know the and they were just nice people, man, like straight up. Yeah, and it's not, yeah. And like we gave the steak and cheese a 10 out of 10. And that meatball one, which was just so out
Sounds
the
good in
gates.
theory.
Yeah, but like it was just sloppy. That's why I put it down to an 8, right? And then so But no, it's weird. Like some days I'll feel nice and caring, and then some days I'll be like, nah, fuck that. I'm out here to get some likes. I want some of these negativity likes. Give them to But yeah, it's cool though. I'm really, really lucky. I get stopped all the time, and people like, you know, I go to Monaco Mall, and you know, people are always like, man, we really love your shit. Like, it's crazy, and it's just pussy, bro. Like, you know, and I'm just so thankful and grateful, especially to Will. Like, and I tell him this all the time, that like, you know, he took a stab on me, and I took a stab on him, and then we've created this amazing thing. It's opened quite a lot of doors for us too. So, yeah, it's been awesome. Yeah.
And one thing I got to ask you, your T-shirts, you're always coming up with the, because you know we love pop culture, and I saw the one we had the Dowsing with the fire.
Yo.
You know, with the Nike.
That's that's what I'm trying to do, bro. It's that and sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are those your own T-shirts that you?
Nah. I'm thinking about that though. I think I might need to start doing that, eh?
Yeah.
Like finding and getting some mean like designs and then just wearing them and selling them. I just get them online, bro. Like a lot of people reach out. Recently I did a for the one. If you scroll up, bro, to the one that's got like blurred out. Keep going. Oh, it's on the post on the that yellow one. Like this is from one of my bros. His name's Fo. He's from out west too, bro. He's starting a new label called Blank, and it's like Martin, and it's like all those old school 80s stuff. Like that one's like Martin and Gina. And then so he's got like a White Man Can Jump one, and like a Saved by the Bell one.
Yeah.
Like so I'm studying. But like anybody hits me up, I just like, you know, and I don't want freebies. Like I'm not like Regan, just the norms. Nah, not like that fraud. God damn. Mail time, shit. I'll pay for my own. Thank you. No. But like I'll pay for my own. Like, you know, just to help out, because it gives other people some, you know, when I'm on all the time. And but Regan does the same thing, bro. He's always pushing other people's merch just to try and help out. And yeah, I see that dude doing it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do the same as well. So yeah, so those ones, all the pop culture ones, I just get online. So I just search around and have a look, but they just take too long to come out. Yeah. But no, thank you, bro. That means a lot. That probably means more than anything that you noticed the T-shirts did.
Yeah.
I got the Dowsing one. Oh man, I got this this next one that I got. It's this Hulk Hogan Randy Savage one.
Oh.
I'm trying to get I did an NWO one episode where I was black and white NWO. Yeah, I love just and it's my way of expressing who I am as a pop culture dude, you know.
I saw this. There's this place. There's this page online. It's called Wrestling Jobbers or something on Instagram, and they've got all the old school kind of wrestling stuff. But it's based in the UK, and they've got the shirt, and I thought it was urgent. So it's got the Intercontinental belt. The
yellow
Steamboat.
one?
The Ricky Steamboat. You know that title, and I always thought that was the best. Besides the old WCW belt, I thought those two were the best looking belts out of all the wrestling. You know.
I'm a big time wrestling dude from back in those days.
Yeah.
I don't watch it now; it's just too silly now.
Yeah.
But I read. I'm trying to just make a collection of like real old school wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
And then just bring it back. You know, like I'm waiting for like a Diamond Dallas Page one to come in, and like Ultimate Warrior. Like I see Regan rocks this Ultimate Warrior shirt. I'm like, fuck, I want to get me something like that. Like, yeah. One of my mates, Spell, who's he's only my mate through like working with him like, on the podcast. He's like the wrestling almanac, bro. Like that dude is like
the DJ.
Yeah. Spell.
Well, you can tell by the way he's got the lettering and all that and some of the stuff.
Man,
he's a big.
There he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Spell go. Yeah, and because I've interviewed him twice on my potty, and bro, we go into this whirlwind of just fucking wrestling knowledge. Yeah, and he's just the man. He's one of the coolest cats out.
You know, on Netflix, there's that. Netflix, the program Dark Side of the Ring.
No, that's Vice.
Vice,
Vice thing. Yeah.
Oh, it's on Neon.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's on Neon.
Good, eh?
Yeah, I watched all those ones. My favourite one was the Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah.
Because you got to get to see the other,
Yeah.
both sides of it, and like I'd seen it on that documentary. You know
Wrestling of Shadows.
Wrestling of Shadows and Beyond the Mat.
Yeah. Beyond the Mat's the one I saw.
Yeah, that's the one of when Mankind and The Rock does about 20 like shots, like chair shots onto the head. It's got his daughter crying in the background, you know. But yeah, I remember watching that and really wanted to get the whole, you know, because before that, the Wrestling with Shadows and the Vice, only way that you could get a proper like look into it was on Wikipedia, you know.
And anybody can write that in.
Yeah, exactly. And when you got the, you know, behind the scenes kind of thing, like it was funny when Vince Russo and all that, they argued who came up with this idea, and it's out of it. You know, wrestling has its own little, that's what I love about wrestling. Like I like the wrestling, but I like the back, what goes behind, you know.
Stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it, man. Like, yeah, those are my heydays, bros.
Yeah.
Going to United Video, you know, getting one out for the weekend and watching it over and over and over again, knowing each spot. Oh, this is the part where he jumps off. That's
Yeah.
you know, yeah, and but yeah, bro, yeah, no, wrestling is my jam, bro. Like, yeah, I was brought up in that era, you know, where WCW was on a Friday night, and on Channel 2, and then on Channel 4 was WWF. And yeah, I was in that attitude era where it was just no holds barred, man. Everybody was just going crazy.
Yeah.
And then WCW was trying to match them. Yeah.
Well, it was cool, that documentary they had on the WWE Network, those little Monday Night
Oh, the Wars?
eh?
Yeah, man.
That was it was just cool. It was just how when WCW, they were on fire, right?
I liked how they did the graphics. Like, after this, they had like, they were up here and we were down here, and then it changed and it's up, yeah. It's really cool, eh?
Yeah.
But no, wrestling is, that's a big part of what I kind of like. I think, like, back in the day, bro, wrestling and cartoons was the reason why, or especially wrestling, I reckon wrestling, cartoons, and hip-hop. That's the reason why I'm like, sometimes I just believe in myself a lot. Because, you know, like, my heroes were like Shawn Michaels and The Rock, right?
Yeah.
And then in hip-hop, my heroes were like Jay-Z and Nas and Wu-Tang, right? And they all just talk about how good they are at shit. Like I'm the best rapper. I'm the best rapper alive. Yeah, I'm the greatest, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. You know, and then for me it was like, yeah, that's what I gotta do. I gotta be more confident. And then that's just kind of like, I always kind of had that in my mind. I was like, yeah, I'm the best at what I do, you know. And even if I wasn't, at least I still kind of believed in myself. And I think we don't get that in wrestling anymore. It's all like fucking weird shit, like, you know, like, and I get it, it's a story and it's a narrative, but, you know, bro, it got really weird, bro. Like, there was like Vince, like, an incest with Stephanie and shit, like, whack shit.
Yeah.
Like, bro, nobody's got, you know. And then that was my upbringing pretty much. It's just watching wrestling, watching cartoons, and listening to Wu-Tang on the weekend. Like, yeah.
Did you like HBK over Bret Hart?
Yeah, I did, bro. I was a massive HBK.
Yeah. That was, you know, it's funny because it was that kind of thing where you had to pick sides, you know, and it was kind of like with WWE or WWF at that time and WCW. But it was just so, like, if you look, when you watch that documentary, you just realize how, two companies that were at the apex, they're at the top of their game, and it's The Rock and Stone Cold.
Yeah.
You know, that's the turning point, man.
Yeah.
And then I just love watching all The Rock's old promos.
Nothing beats it.
He's too good, eh?
I used to watch, when I was Twitch streaming, and I was like, you know, I knew I had to be like electric. I used to just have a shower and watch his stuff in the shower before I go on live. I would just watch it over and over again, because he's just, bro, he's so magic, eh? He's just amazing, bro. Yeah. He was by far my favorite. Every time he came up, I was just like, bro, shut up, listen, you know, watch him, he's gonna do this. And
And those times when you come back, you know, and it's like he never doesn't miss a beat. And when he talks, you know, you have those guys when they cut a promo, there's a lot of arms and, you know, the little pauses. He can go on a tangent, like he can go 2-3 minutes and not stop, and you're like, how do you do that?
Yeah, he's a special dude, man.
Yeah.
And that's why he is who he is now.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, yeah.
He could be the next president.
They should. I think he probably could be.
They've already gone to one extreme.
Why not?
Why not, eh?
not?
Jeez.
I wouldn't put it past them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
Kids inauguratedly hit someone for chest.
yeah, I know. They sort of try and cut and cut a promo as well for it too. But that's it's funny. Pop culture's it's cool like that, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like back in the days. I think it was kind of not frowned upon, but it wasn't really cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
no, it was like the
watching
nerd
cartoons and watching watching
nerds,
wrestling.
like you're a nerd. Like I've had plenty. I remember, bro. I used to have hard out like posters on my wall, bro, of like just wrestlers and shit. And bro, you bring people around, and they'd be like, bro, why have you got all these on your walls? Bro, these are the guys, man. Like you guys gotta understand something. Yeah, but it's just. Now it's acceptable. Now everybody's just accepting you for who you are, and I think it's awesome.
It's awesome. Like that's the thing about pop culture. Like if you watch, have you seen the new Wonder Woman movie?
No, I haven't.
Not that I watched it on Facebook.
I
It's in page.
I watched today. I don't think it was.
It's probably one of the stupidest movies I've ever seen.
I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, but it's part of it's because I think why it's going to be popular. It's because it's 1984, and that's top of pop culture kind of the bright clothing and the sweat bands and the leg warmers and all that. And I'm not sure if they were trying to get that kind of nostalgia kind of thing going for them, but it's funny, like pop culture is like huge. I remember watching I think I watched Ready Player One the other day, and
Have you read the book to it?
No, I haven't.
Right. The book is way better than the.
Oh, yeah.
So it was an actual book before.
Bro, yeah. So I read the book I read the book with my daughter, bro, because my daughter's into that stuff. So we just read a chapter every night, and bro, it's way deeper than the movie. It should have actually been a trilogy, bro.
Yeah.
So what they should have done is because each of those eggs, like the book centers around getting the 3 eggs, right? And each one of them is so more elaborate than the other one, than the movie. The movie was just like, oh yeah, they just get it, like yeah, they do this. But this one, like they really have to think about it. And yeah, it would have been cool if it was like that. But Ready Player 2's just the novels come out, and yeah, we're reading that at the moment at home. So yeah,
awesome.
I like my daughter's into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like video game culture and stuff like that. Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was just so cool. All the references back to the DeLorean. There's that, the one thing I thought was awesome when they went into The Shining.
Yeah. Well, see, that's not even on the book, bro.
Oh, okay.
No, so the second egg, which they're going to try to get, is it's in like there's a movie called War Games, and it had Matthew
Broderick.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So spoiling the book, in the book, they had to recite word for word. They had to go in to one of those worlds that they went into, and they had to recite word for word go through the whole War Games. And and then they took all that out, but that was cool, bro, because then that led to another area that they had to get through and then complete Pac-Man with one life, and then if they lost it, then they have to go all the way back and do it all again. It's like stuff like that, and even that last fight that they had on I think it's Amarok, I think it is. That's what it's called. Like that's way in the books. That's like a massive fight. Like it goes on forever. Yeah, and it takes days and days and days. So yeah, I hardly ever read books, but like that's probably the one I've really got into. Yeah, and I did the audiobook for it I did the audiobook when I was going on flights and stuff, and then I was like, oh man, I'll start reading it to my daughter, and then that's how we got into it. But yeah, getting into the Player 2 now, so
yeah,
it's pretty cool. It starts right away, like as soon as it finishes. So yeah, as soon as they win it, then it goes into another game. Yeah.
What's the try?
Yeah,
but they said it's audiobook.
It's audiobook, yeah. It's on Audible.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty lazy. Audiobook's good for me, man.
Yeah, man.
I've done a few books. Like Audible is my go-to now. Besides podcasts and that.
Yeah. It's weird though. Like that's how a lot of people are getting their information is through podcasts and audiobooks. It's awesome, bro. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
efficient.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people, we're on the move. You're either working, you're going somewhere, you're driving to a place, go eat a rate of pie.
Yeah. At the gym too.
Yeah.
See, I just got onto audiobooks. last month,
Yeah.
and because he got me into it, but because I never wanted to do it because I wanted to read,
Yeah.
because I like looking at the words
Yeah.
and just but then you got no time to do it. There's no
Yeah.
time in the day to read a book, but you can. So I just got audio just to, and I got through a book in maybe one and a half days.
Oh, yo.
Just listen to the whole thing at work, and
Audible's awesome because like when you stop, and the other thing, bro, that you can do with Audible is it links up with that Kindle thing.
Yeah.
So if you so it was cool, bro. I figured this out too. Like you could read it on Kindle, and then when you're finished, when you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do it anymore, you like hold the word down that you finished on, and then when you go to your Audible, it starts from there.
Oh.
Yeah. And then when you finish,
Yeah.
like when you finish your Audible and you turn it off, then there's a line that line will go to where you finish. So
but you have to buy the book on Kindle and
but you get a discount though. It's like it's only like $3 or $4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it depends on what book it is. Yeah, bro. They're getting smart, bro.
No, they just they've got me.
figuring it out.
They've got me.
Yeah.
I finished Lenny Kravitz, his autobiography. It's funny because and he does like pretty much the first half of his life.
Yeah.
Up until I think he marries Lisa Bonet or something. I was like, damn you, Lenny.
Oh, that's the
And
whole
the other, that's the whole book. But it's so cool because Lenny Kravitz, it's like Lenny Kravitz is in your head, man.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm walking around, Lenny Kravitz is talking to me.
Yeah.
He's telling me about his life and man, if anyone gets a chance, if you get a chance to listen to it, man, he was destined to be great.
Yeah.
Because he, through his, Jewish father and his black mother, they just were linked with everyone. Like he knew people, she knew people. She was on the Jeffersons,
That's right.
And then, like, he took him to a Jackson 5 concert, his dad and that. It's amazing. Of Tisha Campbell, of Gina, speaking to Gina.
Wow.
Yeah. So he had auditioned for this band or something for a movie. And she was on the movie, she auditioned as well.
Oh, yeah.
And he moved to New York and stayed with her and her family.
Man.
And I was like, damn, Tisha Campbell. Gina.
Yeah.
Damn, Gina.
She was fire back then, bro.
Oh,
Like
man.
house party and stuff.
House Party, man.
Whew.
That I watched that recently.
So
See, that
good, eh?
still holds up.
There's all of
Even
those
the jokes on them, that 1 and 2, I love 1 and 2. The third one, like everything.
I'm trying, yeah.
But the number 1 and 2 with Pop Paris and that still holds up, man.
Oh,
The jokes on it, full force.
Oh, bro, even the Martin episodes were like,
Oh,
bro, like I watched this compilation of all the times that Martin mocked Pam, bro.
yeah.
Bro, I'm like far out, man. He's the, he goes in, bro.
Yeah.
the horse references.
Yeah, the horse ones. Far out, bro. He's on the gates.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Her, Pam, Shanae, when he's with Shanae as well.
Oh, what's the, is it Butterfly Jones? No.
Superfly Jones.
Superfly Jones.
Yeah, that's, how I knew it was legit funny? We were watching mine because we were waiting for the wrestling, right? And my dad was, in the lounge. And this is the bit when Superfly Jones goes to show him how to do his karate, teach him at Gina's place.
Oh, yeah.
And man, my dad laughed harder than me and my brother, man. Like, it was just because, that's, besides being funny, his physical comedy and that is out the gates. I just remember the bit where, he does his leg, the instructor does his leg, and you can see the rest of the crew, they actually try not to laugh in the background, that's how good he was, man. And that show was fire, man.
Oh, bro, it's underrated, bro.
Yeah.
I like the Otis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Old man talk.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Otis and Jerome.
Yeah.
Brother man, the one from upstairs.
It's just
Yeah.
out the gates, eh?
That's,
I gotta do a binge, of Martin, just with my kids, because my kids would love it, But yeah.
you know what I love about those shows too? Is the gears.
Yeah.
If you look at all
Fresh
the
Prince.
Fresh Prince as well, it's got all these Nike fights, it's got the Scottie Pippins on them. And you're like, man, if we could just go back in time and
Yeah.
just say, just buy one pair, put another pair aside because,
Yeah, because that would be worth heaps right now. Shit.
that was Martin and that. All those series, I think, In Living Colour, around that era, around that time, was the go-to as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going back. Shit. Yeah.
Let's get some ideas for t-shirts.
Yeah.
Hard out,
Go off my hookup. See
So-
what I can grab.
So your podcast, When did that start?
Right.
What? You know, we go back to your storyline, your timeline now. What made you want to start doing the podcast?
So I was doing the Twitch streaming thing for about 2 years, and I was just getting. Bro, it's like Twitch streaming's really strange because, like, you have your regulars that come in and watch you, but like, you know, like sometimes they're busy or sometimes they've got stuff on. So I thought, well, how can I come up with some type of entertainment that like they can listen and go? And I thought, oh, your podcast would be the one. So you know, I did it. So during lockdown, I had a plan. I was going to do it anyway, but I was like, oh, I'll wait till the end of the year. I was going to start it like now, right? And then lockdown happened, and I was like, bro, I just don't feel like playing a game. Like, I'm just going to get some of my mates and just have a chat with them around what's going on in the world. And that started, and then that was it. I think it was June in 2020 is when I started it. And then, yeah, and it was my mates. And then one of my mates is Donnie from Ninja Mystic. And so I got him on, and we talked around Ninja Mystic and how, you know, I just did what I do. Like, you know, I'll bring up stuff that I research things. And then that turned into P Money. And then P Money did a great job there. And then I put something out on Twitter, like, who should we interview? And somebody just said John Campbell, and then John Campbell just emailed me and said, yep, I'm keen, when do you want to do it? And I was like, tomorrow, next week, is that all right? And he's like, yep, let's do it. And then that started it pretty much to where it is today. If it wasn't for old John Campbell coming on, and yeah, I had a lot of people come in, and I think I had like about 400 to 500 like viewers at the same, like concurrent ones at the same time. And it's today it's the highest viewed or downloaded thing that I've had, because it's just so organic and raw, like, yeah, and that's what he liked about it. And then and then it just grew and grew from there. And now I do it 3 nights a week, and yeah, so. But nah, bro, like John Campbell was buzzy, bro. Like, you know, he rang me the day before. I'm really thankful that he did, bro. I don't know if he did that on purpose, but he rang me the day before, bro, and it kind of took the sting out of it, like the, holy shit, it's John Campbell, like, you know? And, yeah, that took the sting out of it for me, so, yeah, talking to him, he was just the man, bro. Like, he's such a good dude. And then through that, that opened other doors for me, but, you know, he said, like, bro, this is some of the coolest interviewing I've ever been a part of. And, yeah, and then I just grew and grew from there. Had Mark Hunt on, and yeah, Flip, Joseph Parker, yeah, a lot of people that I'm like, holy moly. All the Swidit boys. Shay Fu was another one that I was a bit starstruck on. I can't lie, I was a little bit starstruck with Shay Fu.
Yeah.
It took me a little while to get over that, and then once I got over that, then I delivered a really good conversation. Spell's another one. Yeah, Capisi, Terrell, the Uncle Tix and all that. So yeah, it's been a cool little journey for me. Yeah.
You know, before you started the podcast, were you listening to podcasts?
Yeah. I listened to Deezus and Miro. I love Deezus and Miro.
Yeah.
They're some of my favorite. Like it's an acquired taste to listen to them, because they're very street and hood, and you're just like, what the fuck are they talking about? Tax Stone I used to listen to quite a lot, who doesn't podcast anymore. Oh man, like.
Was Joe Budden?
Yeah. He's a bit too full on for me.
Yeah, that's what I find.
Yeah,
like, man, sometimes he
goes into his feels a little too much.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy though, you know, when he goes into his little.
And then, you know, like I think nearly every podcaster kind of listens to Joe Rogan, and you know, just to get like, you know, because he's probably the best.
Yeah.
But like nothing, like I didn't know that there was New Zealand ones, you know, and I still go around and I listen to you fellas, I listen to some of the RNZ stuff, and yeah, I've been getting into just like once I got into podcasting, I was like, okay, that means I've got to start learning a little bit more about marketing and social media. So I have a couple of poddies that I listen to around those things just to help me out, get some ideas, and then yeah, so it's all good. Yeah.
You know, for your graphics and that, is that you?
Yeah, that's all me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that's all the stuff I learnt from streaming.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So all that stuff's just Canva and OBS pretty much. Yeah, and I just do it just as we go. All the scene changes and stuff like that. The transitions all me. I came up with all those. And yeah, it's just skills I've picked up from Twitch streaming. Yeah.
So the Twitch streaming came from your gaming.
Yeah. So I was just playing the game and I was like, bro, I just wanna. Well, I did it I wanted to just give it a go. When I worked at BBNZ and Basketball New Zealand and Basketball Auckland, I was like, bro, there was nothing like, I wasn't allowed to do any of that. And plus, bro, like I was at basketball trainings every night, and weekends were over for me. I had nothing on the weekends, so it was weird. And then once I had some time, then I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this Twitch streaming thing a go, just see how it is, and and then just kind of evolved. I think the most I had was probably like 250 subs, so yeah, that kind of fluctuated. But yeah. So that was me.
So what's the business model for Twitch? Like, how does it work?
So supposedly the main form of your main income sources from subs. So it's $10 now. So somebody can subscribe to you for $10, and that means that they can watch your stream without any ads, and they also get these little emotes they call them, emojis that they can use in anybody's stream. That doesn't have to be just yours, and they can be whatever you make them. So a lot of people go in and do that. But the way that it works though is that the streamer only gets 50% of that, so they only get $5. So every one person that comes through and streams for you, they'll only get $5 out of that 10, and the other 10 goes to Amazon, or the other 5 goes to Amazon. So there's that, and then I suppose another form of income is like merchandise, sponsorships. Yeah. So it kind of it comes and goes.
Who here in New Zealand's pretty much figured out or is using Twitch probably the way that you would?
There's a few. Brox is probably the biggest. Brox is the biggest Twitch streamer in New Zealand. He does carving, Māori carving. He's blowing up, he blew up out of nowhere. It's like, what the heck's going on? Brox has got 1.3 million. I was actually I feel stink saying this, but I was a mod for him before he was big. Yeah. Because I don't like saying that because it's like, oh, no one before. But bro, this dude used to have 3 people in his chat and just talk to us 3. And then, he just blew up. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer dude. He's just an amazing human. So, and he deserves everything. He's so talented, so funny. And, so he blew up from lockdown, having 100 to having 1.3 million followers, and that's quite a massive kind of thing. He's had Jacinda's come in. He got really famous off this clip when he was trying to give money back to whoever gave him a sub, and so but he's just a beautiful dude, man. Just his soul is amazing. But so it's him. There's a couple of others. There's a dude. There's a couple of guys that stream games. Brock streams games now. But so it's really cool. But it is, like I said, it's a grind. You have to be on a lot, and I was streaming 4 nights a week for 5 hours a stream. I counted that down. I'm wasting a full day of my week. So I was like, how can I change this up? And that's how the podcast started. So now I only spend 3 hours a week. But still do the same. Still bringing the same amount of attention, and I don't go off the sub side of things anymore. I do it off Patreon, so I get 90% as opposed to 50%.
Yeah, because that's a lot when you hear a lot of the podcasts, people they use that now,
Patreon's great. That's what I use for the potty. I just say, if you want to support me, don't do it through Twitch because I'm only going to get half of it. So, and the other thing too with Twitch is if I don't make over $100 a month, they don't pay you. They just keep the money until you make $100 and then they pay you. Whereas on Patreon, you get what people give. Yeah,
Mm.
and it's just another way of having people support you, and and I can control it. I can put what I want on. So that's what I'm looking at doing now, is just having the live streams just for Patreons, just to say thank you, just to say thanks for hooking it up. And then I'm looking at using Twitch as like a 24-hour rotationary network of just content from me. Yeah. So I got to think differently.
Yeah.
Were you always a fan of being in the media, or what were you doing with your content creating? Like how did that come about? Like, or did that manifest into this? Like,
that's a good question. When I was younger, man, it was kind of like I was always kind of like a show off kid. Like, I was the dude popping piranhas on everybody's trampoline. Like I was that dude jumping off roofs, like onto the trampolines and then jumping off stuff. I was that guy. And like I always had that like showmanship kind of thing with me, and I always knew that I was like, because I watched so much TV growing up, I'm like, I know all the jokes, I'm the funniest dude here, and I was just a massive clown in school. But that was always I just wanted to entertain. That's all. Like, I think that's what it is. It had nothing to do with being like getting any fame or any notoriety. It was all like, I just want to entertain people. And Twitch was a place where I could try that. And I'm very, it was cool. Like, it was throwing in the fire, because if you're not funny, people are not going to watch you. And I did, I was probably the funniest dude on there. Like, I was doing some stuff that nobody was doing. But I think so. But I'm not saying that I'm famous at the moment, but like, like that kind of notoriety. Oh, you're the bakery guy. Yeah. It's cool and all. But I never did it for that. Like, I just did it because I wanted to entertain.
So when you met Will,
yep.
Did that just push things towards where you are now?
Yeah, because Will had all the equipment. Like, Will he's got drones, he's got like everything. And he asked me, and I was like, yeah, man, let's do this bakery thing. This will be me. And and now it's like we're doing so much other things like this has opened the door for other hosting stuff. And I'm really, really interested to see where it takes me. But at the end of the day, like, if it doesn't take me anywhere, as long as I'm entertaining people and, the people that it means something to are still liking it, then I'm happy with that,
It's cool as well, because, social media and YouTube has allowed people like us to, just to jump in and just do...
Because
just create something.
To get even anything further, it's like there's people that are gatekeeping, like TV stuff, that have no idea who's popping on socials. Like, let's be honest, bro. Regan should have had a skit show by now, G. If the people that are in charge of making shows on TV, any channel, bro, if they look at Regan stuff and they'll go, bro, this dude is legitimately one of the most creative dudes we have. We better start, let's put some money behind them. But nobody does that shit, because Jono and Ben's out here fucking taking everybody's jobs.
That's the truth, though.
Yeah.
Well, I pitched to Regan when he was here, and both him and Cam, the real BDFS, when they're here now.
Shout outs to him for not following me also. I just want to put that out there. He follows Bakery Runs and he talks to me in the DMs, but he never follows me. God damn it. I thought we were boys, man. Fuck.
Well, in that podcast there, I told them, like, you guys, you should, like, come together and do a half an hour YouTube videos on just skits.
Well, here's the thing too, is that, like, these TV people don't fucking know shit. Like, and everybody I talk to, they all say the same thing. But stuff's in the works. That's all I can say. There are things in the works, and I know that on Regan's podcast, because I listened to that one with you guys, he did say like things like he's working with me on some stuff, and we're about to drop it soon. And fingers crossed. Someone picks it up. But if they don't, we're still gonna do it. Like, it's still gonna happen, but it's just gonna be more pressure. It's just going to cost more for people that don't jump on early, Yeah. And it's been a trip, man. Like, me and Regan have been learning, like, how all that works. Like, we've been in Zoom calls, and Regan was in a press conference that we stumbled in with all the producers in the whole of New Zealand, and just talking around the changes to the model, and things like that we're pushing. Like we're definitely educating ourselves, and I think that's the thing with Reeks and myself is that we kind of like have a big dream that this is what we want to do, like me and Tim, and we're just like figuring it out, and it's not going to take us long. We'll figure it out, and once we do, then once we figure out the process, then it's all on. Then we can open the door for others.
It's crazy because you watch all those kind of programs and you see there's American programs about how TV networks work and that, and it always seems like the people at the top just are out of touch.
Oh man,
hey, you know
big
what I mean?
time.
Like the Jono and Ben group. That's true though. These guys they were off for about 5 years. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But they've come straight back in and they're all over the place. And I don't get it. Yeah. Like you said, there's so many guys out there that because they're not part of the system, they're getting overlooked when that funding should be going to these guys.
Yeah.
You included.
Well, I think it comes down to the shareholders more than anything.
Yeah.
So the people that are actually pulling the strings are not pulling it for the viewer. They don't give a fuck about the viewer. Like they give a fuck about who's going to pay for the sponsorship or who's got the ad revenue and who's going to be a safe bet. And that's what it really comes down to. It's got nothing to do with the viewer. Like I can only talk about Bakery Run. Like our Joseph Parker interview over all three, over YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If we calculate all those views up, we had more views of that than we did on Shorten Street. Regan, you calculate 5 of Regan's top skits, he would have probably eclipsed their whole week of views just on his 5 clips, and it cost him nothing. It cost them $1 million, but they're not looking at that because A, they don't know, and B, they just don't want to fucking know because, bro, the shareholders are the ones that they really want to impress. They want to impress the shareholders because they want to impress who's going to pay $20,000 to get a 30-second ad on there, and and this is the things that me and Regan are learning slowly. Yeah.
But no, you say that like even though they got the back end, they got the money. I'm talking about mainstream.
Yeah.
But social media and YouTube are on the same platforms.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a smart TV and if you got a app, YouTube app, it's right next to the Netflix app.
Yeah.
It's right next to the TVNZ app. And I don't get
it's crazy.
I mean, it's there for everyone to.
I think YouTube ad revenue is really hard to come by unless you're really killing it. Like you have to get thousands of views to even get a sniff of what it is. But I mean, we're slowly working it out. Like, we're slowly getting there. And, like you look at something like, bro, if you made a network with Run It Straight from Nate Nower, a skit show with Regan, a talk show with me, the Carver Corner with fucking Mellow Downs, you get Willie Whitewater in there, you get all these other dudes, bro, that'd kill everybody. Like it'd fucking be over. Like no channel would be able to handle the views. But these corporates don't really care about that. They care about who's going to pay, who's going to be able to give them some money so they can keep production going.
Well,
so why can't that happen on YouTube?
Why can't it happen?
On YouTube? I mean, it's free for.
Well, you mean like if there was a network that was like that?
Yeah.
Bro, like everybody's got their own agendas, I suppose, and everybody. I mean, it's going to take one person that has all the resources to go, hey, listen, we're going to build this. We want you to come in here. Here's the contracts. Make content. And whoever does that, needs to be selfless enough to not be involved. Like it can't be me or it can't be Regan. It needs to be somebody from TV3 that are like, hey, this is what we're doing. Someone like MediaWorks, like MyFM, to go, hey, this is what we're doing. And then it would be things. But like, I mean, Willie, like if you look at Willie, Jimmy, Jimmy makes more money than anybody on Shorter Street, period. Like, why does he need to share with us, or not share with us, but why does he need to do this? And there needs to be an answer of why, like, why does that have to come in? I mean, like your Uncle Tixes and your Jimmys and all these people, if somehow somebody brought it all together like the Avengers and were just like, yo, like, let's get it. Like, let's get you guys some actual money, then yeah, man, fuck would be mean. But that's in a perfect world.
Well,
Yeah,
because William Waidua, he managed to have a skit show on Māori TV.
yeah, it was good too, man.
Yes, exactly.
It's awesome.
And, so that's kind of an example of possibilities, eh?
Well, here's the thing: is he's represented, so he has a team. Like Willie's got a team. I like it. This is what I've heard. I've met Willie a couple times, and he's the man. I love him. He's like he is exactly how he is. It's not a play. That's just how he is, right? But like he's got a team behind him that he goes, listen, I want a skit show, and then they go out and they sort out all the paperwork, and then away he goes, and that costs him money. That he because he's big enough, he can do that, right? Whereas somebody like me and Regan, we work in full-time jobs. We don't have a lot of time to kind of find someone to do that for us. But we have. I mean, we found a director, a producer, and we're just trying to just work out the little details and how we're going to get it across the line. And it's either that or you go the sponsorship route where a sponsor gives you money, and then they go, yeah, cool, like, do your thing, just put our logo on stuff. Yeah, which is what we're trying to do with the bakery run, but we just, go and talk to V and Primo, and we'll put your, product placement stuff. Yeah.
Off the ground. That's you and Will.
That's just Will. That's just.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, you go to that though, and I'm all over that place. I should be getting 50% of the cut. That's all Will though. That's Will's little his little thing, and he's got so much going on. So yeah, it's cool. That's like he does a lot of gaming stuff, so he just he runs it through that. Yeah.
Does he do music videos as well?
Yeah. He's starting to do some music videos. He's a big time hip hop head. He's starting to venture out. But bakery runs is the breadwinner, no pun intended. But it's at the moment it is the one that he's we put a lot more effort in than the other stuff.
Mm-hmm. So season 3's in the books.
Season 3, we've got we've got 3 more episodes to film for season 3. Okay. Season 4 will be in Porirua, Lower Hutt, all those places, which I'm still wondering why we're going down there, because all their bakeries are shit. and then season 5 we're probably back in Auckland, and then season 6 we're looking to go overseas somewhere. Hopefully the borders are open, and then we can kind of venture out. I want to go to Japan, man.
Damn.
That would be the jam. Like, not just bakery. Like, they got bakeries over there, but just trying their food out. Yeah.
We had one of our boys. He was our mate Charles. So he was a chef for Cirque du Soleil, and he was telling us about how he just in Japan all he did was eat ramen.
Yeah.
And so we had a chance not long ago. We started to try and get into trying out the ramen places and that. Hey, and there's this place that this guy looked up in Newmarket. Yeah, what's the name of that place? But it was just funny because it's about when we hear like guys like you, or when we get guests coming on, kind of like the point of podcast is like trying to expand your view or learn new stuff. So when we got there, the good old Samoan side of me is like, bowl of noodles. I'm going to have to get stuff on the side because that's obviously not going to be enough. Yeah. Mate, we finished all the ramen in because I couldn't get over it. I was like, how much punch it packs, because the broth and the noodles. We got the meat, and then we had like all these sides, and I'm like, any other day, it would have been gone. I was really disappointed.
Yeah, Japan is amazing, bro. Like, for food wise, I've been twice. Yeah, I went in November, bro, 2019. I took my mum and my kids, and bro, it was so dope. It was the best experience. We went to Disneyland and all that stuff. I saved up because just to make some memories with my old lady, So we went over, but it was great. And then the first time I went there was on a stopover with basketball, so we were only there for like 24 hours, so I just made the most out of it. And then I was like, I better go back, and then that's why. But it's a beautiful place, man, and like pop culture wise, anime and Street Fighter and all that. Like, I played Street Fighter there for like 6 hours straight, man. Hey, just played Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 4.
just far out, and you don't even know what time it is because it's like a casino. Like, yeah, it's cool though. Fucking love it.
I watched them because gambling's illegal there, eh?
Yeah, but
they've got that.
Patinko.
That's
Yeah.
I saw it. So metal balls.
It's like
hey.
it's like pinball,
Yeah.
but it's like a gambling version of pinball. Yeah.
So you get like a printout or your prizes, but you go to a place next door where I can either claim it for a prize or
money,
cash, eh? So it's good how they got like how they got it, but it's really popular.
Yeah,
you know,
it's crazy.
Like I saw, I watched the series A Day in the Life of.
Oh yeah.
You know that one on like the
yes,
on
yes,
YouTube,
yes.
that guy
Yeah.
Filipino dude.
Yeah.
And bro, it's awesome, man. I love like the one when he followed the butcher, he followed the ramen chef, and then he followed the guy the manager of one of those stores. And man, it's so complicated, but it's just such a simple game,
Yeah,
eh?
it's crazy.
Did you manage to play any of it?
No, because every time I went out, I was with my kids, bro. So like, they're not even allowed there. But like, just down the road from where we were staying, there was one there. But bro, every night, bro, we were just like doing shit, eh? Like, yeah, just going out. Or my mom would be like, "Oh, I'm too tired. I'm going to take the kids back to the hotel," and I'll just be this. I'd just rather play Street Fighter, to be honest. I was just playing Street Fighter the whole time. Yeah.
So how many kids do you have?
I got 3, man.
Oh, and you got them all over with your mum? Over 2?
Oh, just my two younger ones.
Okay.
My older one, she didn't. Well, it was funny. I took my missus and my older one over to America. Like I had heaps. I had so much like high fly points that I had to use them. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll take you guys over to the States. And we went over to the States for like 2 weeks. And it was cool. And then I was like, I better take, when the older ones get, when they get a bit older, I'll take them. And so, they got older. And then I took them over with my mum. And so it's kind of like, I've sorted it out with everyone now. I can just go by myself on the next one.
You've crossed,
go to Thailand. Go to Bangkok.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man. So,
yeah, I've travelled a lot, bro.
So Japan was only because you'd stopped there, or was that always?
No, I've always wanted to go to Japan because of Street Fighter. Like, I've always kind of Street Fighter and Dragon Ball Z. I've always kind of been like, yo, I want to go to Japan. And then, like, watching that dude, that Polo dude.
Yeah.
And then all the food, I was like, oh, man, I want to, And then, I just always want to go. And then we stopped over on the way back from, Guam. We went to Guam for basketball. And then, we had to stop over there, and I went over. And I just went crazy, just playing. Just went to Akihabara, which is like the electronic town. Yeah, and then I just spent 18 straight hours there playing the game, and then jump on the bullet train back to the airport. It's crazy, bro.
There's one thing I wanted to talk to you about when you were here, like your love for the game of basketball. Because me and Isaiah, basketball's our number one sport.
Yeah.
Like for you, where did it start? Like at school and
bro. So like I used to play league, and then I broke my when I was like 5, and then I broke my collarbone, bro. And then my mum was like, nah, because my mum was like, nah, you're not playing that sport anymore. And then then I picked up basketball, and then I was a troubled kid, bro. I was out making hearty trouble, and then my mum was just like, well, if you keep getting in trouble, you're not gonna play basketball anymore. And then it kind of saved my life, bro, because I was getting into some fucking bad spots for a little 8-year-old and a little 9-year-old, and then so basketball's really been it's been the staple. It's been the one like consistent thing in my life. Like, so I played from 5 until around 17 when I got 18 when I got really injured. But then then I picked up coaching, and then I just started coaching from 18 until now. But it's always really been that guiding light for me. Like, I've always had some really cool coaches that have, put me in a spot to just get away from like influences in Clinton and stealing bikes and things like that. Like, kind of took me. You can just say, hey, training. I couldn't go out with those boys to go and steal bikes. So and pop cars and things like that. But I always I still got in trouble, but just not on Tuesdays and Fridays. And then that turned into high school. Like, I only went to high school to play ball. Like, I was at James Cook, and that's all we did was play basketball.
Did James Cook have a premier team?
We were in the premier. Bro, here's a story, G. We were in the premiers when I was in year 9, bro. and we had Prem Krishna, we had the Savila brothers. They were stacked, G. And then there was this massive fight, bro. I don't know who it was against when I was in year 9, and they wanted to get the junior team because, bro, all these dudes got expelled. And then Prem Krishna left for St. John's, so we were in Prem's, but we didn't even have a team. So they were like, "Oh, yo, we're just going to put our juniors just to fill the gaps because we don't know if we're going to keep going." So I played one game and it was against Lindsay Tate and he smashed us. And then I was like, "No, fuck this, we're not good enough." And then I just played throughout high school, played reps, played a bit of played second div for like one season, and then I got injured. I busted my knee, and then I was just like, "Fuck, I'm just gonna coach. I'm good with kids, and I love the game enough." And then that's really been my calling with basketball, to be honest, is through the coaching side of things.
Man, when you said the Savila brothers and Prem Krishna, I remember growing up. He was like, how you have high school, like legends, like local legends, and that he was. Prem was one of the, kind of like, you had the Mags boys, like, you had Booney and all those dudes, and Lindsay Tate from Avondale, and all these guys. I just remember seeing those guys over at Youth Town. That's where everyone used to just, everyone would come from far and wide, but that was kind of like the center point for everyone, eh?
It was a sad day when that place got taken.
Yeah, exactly. That was
a very sad day. Still sad now. I go past it and I just think, bro, this is nothing. This is. You talked this up like this was going to be some massive parking garage. It's not even a garage. It's a one-story thing. Yeah. You could have left that and then just done that somewhere else. But I always talk about Lindsay. I always talk to Lindsay about it. Like when I used to work with Lindsay, like it was always like, fuck these dudes. Like what the fuck are they doing? And So Lindsay's a good dude. He's one of the coolest kids out.
But Youth Town was like like you said, like
it was the
basketball's the one constant thing, like you said, like we all our lives just followed
68 Nelson.
Yeah, that's the that place.
What was the day? Was Sunday mornings, eh? Sunday mornings was everyone?
Bro, it was every day, bro. They were open until like midnight.
They had the pool there. Yeah. I remember the table tennis on the other side there. That was just somewhere where everyone could go. Yeah. There's the gym on the other, you turn right.
It's really, but I think they made a lot of money selling it though, to be honest. Like they would have made a bank selling that place. But and like I was too young to know, bro. Like I was like Prem was just like the man. I knew about Prem when I was an intermediate, bro, and like he was like 5 years older than me pretty much. But like even till today, bro, I'll see Prem out and about. I saw him just before Christmas, just out shopping, and we had a good catch up. But he's just one of the nicest dudes out, old Prem. But bro, we were like, fuck, bro, like shit. Prem's not even like Prem's going to St. John's, and then that was it. Like that's the last we saw of him. And then he came back, came out and helped and things like that. But he's the man. But by the time I was year 13, we got back into the Prems, but that was our last year. And then we got in the promotion delegation game, and then that was our last year. So our school was just like, nah, never mind.
It's funny because back in the days, like basketball wise, it's like the North Shore. They just came out of nowhere, kind of, like when you had Rangi Toto, that was the was Dylan Chase and all those guys, all the guys coming from Rangi Toto. So it was Rangi Toto, and who was the other school?
Westlake.
And Westlake. They were like, they had, I think Kirk Penny was.
Yep.
They had all those guys come out, and they came out of and they're still as strong. Like
North Harbour is it's a powerhouse for a reason, bro. Like they're just a lot more organized than everybody else, to be honest. Like, cause like I worked in the rep scene for 15 something years, bro. Like so, and I worked for Harbour too for a little while. And they're just very organized, man. Like they're just very organized. They get the right people in the right places, and they just run like well. Like, and there's politics, but winning cancels everything. Like so but like John Hunt, who runs North Harbour basketball, like he's a bit eccentric and he's a bit out there and crazy, but like at the heart of it, he just wants the kids to have fun. Whereas other places, it's all around the paycheck and trying to, yeah. And I suppose when you're in North Harbour, money isn't as desperately needed
Right.
as somewhere like counties, and they have that luxury. But I mean, bro, they pump out NBA players and the NBL players. You look at the Breakers, like, bro, I think pretty much their starting five is just a Westlake team, like the two Websters, Rob Lowe, Thomas Abercrombie, like, and I think there's someone else I'm missing out on. But like, it's and their import, so. Yeah, and everybody knows that. Like, yeah. Back those days, bro, like Westlake was a powerhouse, bro, and it still is, bro. Like, yeah.
What do you like? What about the growth in basketball-wise in New Zealand? Because I feel like it went through a little bit of a lull, but it's kind of like it's really made a bit of a comeback. Have you noticed that? Or
yeah, bro. I think it's the ability to pick up your phone and play and watch Russell Westbrook. Like, you couldn't do that back in the day. Steve's a huge part of that. Like, we can't deny that. Steve is an absolute huge part of why the scene is bigger than what it used to be. But not just that, the Breakers as well. There's a lot of these little intangible things that we don't kind of think about. But at the end of the day, bro, like, the bigger the game's becoming, the bigger that there's opportunities for people to make money, and that's what's kind of ruining it now, because it's not that big. Like, it's not as big as a rugby, right? Where people are making money off rugby because people will come and watch. So I mean, that's always something to take into account. But I mean, the popularity of the game is undeniable. Like, it's like the second biggest sport, and I think it's the biggest sport in high school now.
Participation-wise, eh?
Yeah. It's just booming. But yeah, we just need to a lot of people just need to, stop looking at it, licking their lips, trying to find money.
Cash cow kind of thing.
Yeah, bro. And there's probably people that know me that are thinking, fuck, this guy's all shit, because he was doing the same thing. But like, I worked for ABSL, and they were the ones that were paying me. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, like, there's a whole backlash of that shit going on, but my boss at the time, Dave Mackay, was the man. Like, he was cool, but once he left, then things went a bit south. But like, if you follow Lindsay or you follow Peter Josephs, PJ on Instagram or wherever, like, those guys are struggling, but they're doing great things for the community. It can get quite sticky, but that's why I like not being in it, yeah.
The other thing about basketball, like, if you take a novice, like, it's probably the most spectator-friendly sport, because it's so simple, eh? Like,
bro,
you dribble there, but if you took someone that didn't know anything about the sport and you try to explain to them a game of rugby,
it's hard.
That's, you couldn't, even like every other sport, but I think that's why basketball is probably, why I love it so much. It's just,
yeah. But it's funny because sometimes like, there's levels to understanding the game. Like, watching it, seeing them put the ball in the hoop, seeing them dunk and crossover and things like that, that's a level of the game that, like, a lot of people get on. And it's cool. Like, it's cool to do that, but it's that level. And I think, like, coming from a purist standpoint of like an ex-coach or a coach and stuff like that, I see the game a little bit differently, and so do a lot of people. But like, it's weird. I think Draymond, like, said something, I think it was the other day, and it was like, it was around defense, why people don't think defense is cool to watch. And it was a really cool, like, thing, and he was just like, because most people don't understand the nuances of the game, and that's why, like, hanging out with someone like Lindsay is fucking, it's like, there's a couple of people, bro, that when you hang out with them and you listen to them with the game, bro, it's just like, man, you're a different level to me. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm a different level to this person. And I think it's just a purist thing. I just enjoy those little things. I enjoy watching Steven Adams
set a good screen.
But I enjoy watching his feet, like, when he's boxing out, and seeing, like, how he positions his feet and where his hands are and how he initiates the contact before anything. Like, these types of small little details, and I'm like, fuck, he's really good at that. that other people will probably be like, oh well, I didn't really notice that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like, or even like offenses. Like, I watch the game and I'm like, okay, I see what they're doing. They're trying to get an off screen here. They're trying to get a switch over here. Like, you know, like that kind of type of thing. And that's why I could never play like NBA 2K on like stream,
I was gonna
because
say that.
I would stop everything and like run it down and say, oh, look at this. This is me. Yeah. So I'm a bit of a nerd, bro, when it comes to that shit. But that's just, I've met dudes that are way nerdier than me, bro. Like, there's a dude called Aaron Young, bro, who's the coach of the Huskies. He is just an encyclopedia, bro. He's a great dude to talk to. Lindsay's another one. Bro, there's another dude called Zico. I don't know if you know. Zico's probably the most, like, bro, he's like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory,
Oh, okay.
but with, like, basketball.
Yeah.
Like, you talk to him, he can't talk to anybody, like, you know, oh, he can, he's all goods, but, like, bro, like, the nuances of that dude, you're just like, what the fuck, man? Why did you do this? And he'll give you 20 minutes of why he changed the screen to this side and not that side, like, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So this is why I don't talk about it on my podcast.
Oh man.
Because I get into the deep shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. So no, I enjoy watching it, but I do watch it. I watch it and I pause it a lot and I rewind it a lot and I have a look at things and I'm like, oh, okay. This is why they set Katie over here. This is why they've got him in the corner and him over there. Like, you know, yeah.
To me, Steven Adams is really interesting because he's like holding on to the old school centre role.
Yeah. There's not
I
many
mean,
that do
he's
that.
not shooting like
Some-
the modern day centre is now, like shooting threes.
Yeah.
But he's just doing the
Not like a Robin Lopez who's trailing.
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. I
You
think
know.
there's him, bro, maybe Drummond, but he's shooting a little bit more now. But yeah, that's it. He's probably the last one. Yeah. But he does a great job at what he does. Like, yeah. And he's just a nice dude. Like, he's just a fucking good fella. Yeah.
You know what I really love is when like you hear other NBA players talk about him,
Yeah.
and you like I think Zion Williamson before the season started, he came out and he's like, man, I thought I was strong. You know, and when you hear that, you're like, man, people are like, that's right, man.
Yeah.
It's us Kiwis there, man. You know.
Yeah. And what I also like about Steve is like he kind of just like with Basketball New Zealand, like he just does his own thing and he's always been like that. Like he's never been on a national team because he couldn't afford it, and he remembers that shit. Like, you know, like yeah.
Man, you know, you got to give it up to him, man, because I remember when about last year, and Darcy Watergrave, he had a real go at him. And it was kind of, I got, the vibe I got from him was kind of like, hey, you know, get in line, you know, you better come, you know, be part of the national team, you know, you aren't disloyal, you know, MF, because the way he was talking, like, it was just looking down at him. But this guy, you know, he's taking a stance, and he stuck by it.
Yep.
He has his reasons, but it was kind of like, it felt like it was like the Bali man trying to tell him, like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
you need to, you know,
Yeah.
we've done all this for you.
Okay.
And I
That's
felt like
exactly.
ringing up and saying, man, you shut the F up,
Yeah.
because
He doesn't know. Like, he doesn't, like, that dude doesn't know what happened. Like, what happened behind when Steve was under 13s or under 15s and showed up to a camp and they said, no, you can't go to Australia because you can't afford it. Like, yeah. And he wasn't there when, you know, like, he got kicked out of camp because he was late because he had to catch a bus. Like, you know, like, these kind of things. He wasn't, and, like, one of my really good mates, Doug Courtney, who was his coach in Rotorua, you know, like, just talking to him. Like, I was at the camp. When he came and then they told him he couldn't stay. Like, I was there. I was just a bum boy at that time. Like, you know, I was just there to fucking pick up the rebounds and pass them out. I wasn't a coach or anything. But I was there, bro, and I saw him dominate, like, Isaac Fotu. I saw him dominating all these dudes that are like... And Isaac will tell you, bro. Isaac will be like, yeah, nah, fuck, he was the best dude there. But because he couldn't afford the camp, bro, these cats... And the coach at the time was like... He was like this fucking Czechoslovakian dude. Like, didn't understand, bro, this is why he's late, and this is why, you know, this is why he can't need to find some. And then Kenny Mack was like, yo, like just come to me, I'll take care of the States. And that's what happened. And Kenny Mack was like, and then, because Kenny Mack was supposed to be coaching like a national team, And bro, they just fucking like that would have been their in. If they would have left Kenny Mack to be a coach, he would have brought Steve in and found a way to get him to the States with the New Zealand national team, and that would have been with like Corey and all these cats. But like they axed him for some other dude, and then like Steve's like, yo, if you're gonna do that to him, you're probably gonna do that to me. So you just can get fucked. And then he blew up, and then all of a sudden they got fucking egg on their face. And then they did this too, bro. They did but whoever did that is left. It's it's us now. And it's like, fuck, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
G.
man.
Like, and good on him, bro.
Yeah,
like
that's what
I'm like, bro. If that happened to me, yo, if TVNZ were like, nah, fuck you, you can't get on fucking TV, right? And then I'm like, oh, okay. And then I blow up on fucking YouTube, and they come back and they go, oh, hey man, we're gonna, we're wondering. Oh, no, fuck you, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here, that kind of stuff. And and Kenny Mack's a good dude. Like, he's a talker, but he's a good person, And Steve's good too. But yeah, there was some really kind of like, I don't want to say evil people, but people that just didn't understand. And bringing these foreigners in to coach these teams, you should be enriching people that are rich in your own communities. And Kenny Mack has shown it from like the 80s, bro. Like, yeah. I don't even really know Kenny that much, but I know his background and I know his work, what he's done. Yeah.
Timmy, you mentioned there is politics in New Zealand basketball. From your opinion, or from what you've experienced with Stephen Adams, like how does New Zealand basketball let something like that happen? I mean, obviously there's a talent there, and they let this happen.
Bro, I'll tell you what it comes down to, bro. It comes down to instead of wanting to win, it comes down to winning now and not winning later. Like, they wanted to get a team that can go to Aussie, right? And you know what? Steve's probably not even upset that he didn't get in the team. He's upset because he got in the team and then they pushed him out because he couldn't pay, right? That conversation there shouldn't have happened. It should have been like, can he pay? No. Okay, what can we do where can we go to? We've got this very talented kid that's in the team. Let's go and find a way. Let's find a way to get him in here somehow. But instead they just go, nah, sorry. And this chick, I can't even remember his name, bro. And I know that, bro, there was some shit that went down at that camp too with Ty Webster. That fucker was like, oh shit, like physical fucking shit that happened. But like, yeah. No, Steve, that's what it was. That's how it happened, bro. Like, that's all I know. Like, that from multiple sources, that's what actually happened. Was that the bro just wanted to get on. He got into the team. He was killing everybody at camp. And then they just couldn't find an alternative. And it comes down to being open-minded. And at that time, whoever was running BBNZ was just a white man in a suit, bro. Like, looking for, like, I can't pay it. Too bad. Get him out. Get a new one. Like, yeah.
Do you think they've got it right now, New Zealand basketball?
Nah, bro. Probably not, G. There's going to be another Stephen Adams they're going to fuck up on. And it really comes, like, to be honest, bro, like, they need to, I mean, it's hard for me, bro, because I'm like, I know some really good coaches that never get any looks in. Like the dude Zico, bro, encyclopedia of knowledge, right? Never use him in the right way. I mean, he coaches like the Saints, like he's like the man. But he had a national team, bro. Here's the thing, right? He had a national team. They went over to Fiji, beat Australia twice, all right? Came first in the division, ready to go to the world champs. He comes back, sorry, Zico, you're not coaching anymore. We got this dude from America that's coming
far out.
You see, like, it's that shit. And that shit makes people angry.
Yeah.
And then that shit makes people go, nah, fuck, I don't trust you anymore. And, like, Zico's a Kiwi. He's a Kiwi dude. Like, we're trying to uplift our own, our own coaches. But sorry, we got this dude. He came from Duke. The girls program at Duke. We're going to get him in. Or some, like some shit like that.
Unless it's not Coach K, then
I know.
Well, nobody from Duke. That's the only kind of...
Yeah, it's really strange, man. It's like, we need to do... Like, and Jody Cameron's another one, man. Like, great coach. Amazing coach. But, like, because... Yeah, she didn't do too well at like a certain, like it's that win-win mentality. You don't win, we're not going to put you in. Sorry, we'll go and get someone from overseas. And that all came through when the director of coaching basketball came in. And yeah, bro, it's really sad. Like, and I'm a victim of that too. I came through the system, and I was assistant coaching for 6-7 years. And I didn't want to be a head coach. It's too much pressure. But I'm probably one of the best at like cutting up footage and things like that in the girls program. But yeah, no, I just got they were just like, nah, sorry, G, get out. Yeah, and I was like, okay, sweet as.
Do you think part of the problem also is because of the funding? Because if you look at like back in the over the last 5 years and that, there was a point where they stopped like the government. So who are the people who distribute the
New Zealand NZ Sport?
NZ Sport?
Yeah, so high performance.
Yeah, high performance. And they only distribute. It seems like they only do according to numbers. So like it's kind of like they're putting Basketball New Zealand under pressure because they say we need to see numbers because there's been some years where because the funding like fluctuates sometimes.
But you got to remember,
come back from world champs, they're handing their money, and then you see like we've got some slim years, and then they say we're going to cut the funding by X amount in that. Yeah,
that's true, but at the same time, New Zealand basketball get the most money from the TAB out of anybody, like because they get everybody betting on the NBA. Right, and then like sponsorship wise, they get a lot more. But when you see like, I was in Wellington and like I see the dude that like people that are driving around in fucking Audis, that are the people that are with Basketball New Zealand.
Yeah.
Then this is me seeing that shit, and I'm just like, that's pretty fucked up. Like there's kids like Stephen. There's kids like Stephen. West Auckland, South Auckland, Porirua, they're all around, Rotorua, but instead we've got somebody that's come over from another country that is just like, fuck it, like I'm the man, pay me this much, and I'll bring success to you guys, and then just go, well, sorry, I tried, like, it's really sad, and like I feel for dudes, I feel for kids that are in South Auckland and wherever, like, I've been offered jobs to coach at multiple like really expensive high schools, and I turned them down because I'm like, nah, gee, like this is the hood. Like I'd rather stay in Papakura, Manurewa, like where I can help, and So that's my way of giving back, Yeah.
How I feel about it is like I think we're right. Like the popularity of basketball has grown a lot, but I think the pinch point hasn't. So because if there's a growth of popularity, then there's going to be a growth of talent.
Yep.
And then if you got more talent now than ever before, it's not going to go through the
we need to figure ways out. We need to figure ways out to send these kids overseas for free. Like So but I mean, bro, like I suppose they're trying. I mean, I'm probably really anti BBNZ because I don't want to say I'm anti BBNZ. I just have seen some really bullshit happen, like habitually, like over and over and over again, and I'm just sitting there like, fuck, man, you guys have got to like step it up, bro. Like, there's some really talented kids out here, but you're failing them because, just like Steve, can't pay the bills, right? So so it is what it is, bro. Shit, maybe I'm just too negative.
No, man, we need like they need to be called out on that stuff,
bro, big time.
I don't think the average person out there knows what's happening. Like they must all think, basketball's really popular. Oh, no wonder we're seeing it. So we're seeing a lot of people overseas, college, but they're just fortunate,
Yeah.
And there's probably a case Stephen Adams in every team. Like a couple that just because they can't afford to go overseas or make these camps, they're falling through the cracks.
And I mean, bro, like like I said, bro, I'm guilty of being like, taking teams to the States and being like, yo, user pays, because I'm just a dude. This does it by myself. But like, if you're a big organization, then there needs to be some type of creative ways of getting kids that deserve to go, that have talent, and just being creative and figuring ways out. Like the other thing is like they've got sponsorship on their uniforms, bro. There's like they got sponsored by a huge conglomerate, like I forgot what it's called, but like Ion. They do accounting and stuff, right? Man, nothing changed on how much the thing was costing. Like like these kids got no change in. It's still $3,000 to go to India, but you've still got to put this Ion on your your shirt. but you know, like it's just really kind of like, come on, guys, like let's call it how it is. You know, like let's help our kids out and let's stop using them, you know, to try and pay the fees. And in saying that, bro, like I'm guilty too, because you know, as a coach, as an assistant coach, you get to go for free. Like I got to travel the world for free because of basketball, and you know, like that's coming out of their money. So I can't be like, you know, pointing blame at anybody else. You know, I was the same, but at that time I was like, bro, I get to go to fucking all over the show. You know, so yeah. But yeah, bro, it's buzzy.
Yeah, I realised how big. Well, like I was probably proudest was I had my niece come over. She was playing for a Queensland team.
Yep.
She came over. We drove down to
What's her name?
Tauranga. Her name is Vahalia.
Okay.
Yeah, Vahalia. Simon Tuffa. So she was I think she was 10 or 11 at the time. They were playing in the under-13s.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, down at Hoop Nation.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I went down, and so she played at 3 different venues. And I thought, man, this is how we can do. You know, it was really well. We played out at the Farmers College or something, the ACG. And then we played at Toronto Boys. And then we went back to the ASB or the TSB. Yeah. And I thought, and I just saw all these courts with all these kids playing out. I was like, man, this is how we should do it. This is how we can do. But see, Hoop Nation is not affiliated with.
Yeah. So KJ and Paul, who run that, they do a great job, but they're not affiliated at all. But they do an amazing job. And there's a reason why they're not there's a reasoning why they're not affiliated, and it really comes down to money, I suppose. It comes down to they're doing their own thing and making money. Or not, well, they are making some money off it because, I mean, it's their time.
Yeah.
And they deserve to because they put so much effort into it. But, you know, BBNZ are like, no, we're the only ones that do. And I had this conversation. Like, I probably got in trouble because I had this conversation. But, like, these big rips, like Waitakere and, you know, they don't own the game. Like, they think they do, but they actually don't. Like, they think, oh, we're the only ones that can do any coaching. We're the only ones that can charge for coaching, sorry. And they don't actually own the game. And now that, you know, like Lindsay's is proving them wrong, and, you know, like the Hoop Nations are giving other people opportunities, they just can't, like, you can't own the game. Like, yeah.
Well, didn't Tifo kind of run into that kind of thing when he was doing the...
Yeah, he did, and he's done his own competition.
Well, Sifo ran into me.
Basketball.
That's how I know Sifo. Like, you know, like I was trying to, when I was at ABSL, I was trying to set up a club organization that we can all play each other. But there was like an affiliation fee to it, which wasn't my doing. Like, I was just like, bro, let's just get all these people together, right? Sifo was there with his hoops. He does a great job out there with Hoop Stars, I think it's called. And I was like, bro, like, do you want to come through and play all these different teams? And then I had to break it, you know, the corporates were telling me, but there's like an affiliation fee, it's like $5 per kid, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, sorry, bro, I just can't do that, which is totally, like, sweet. And, you know, and so, like, that probably was like a number of people like, oh, these, like, you're fucking trying to get $5 off every kid. But it was really around getting admin stuff and trying to get sponsorship. But, you know, people don't, like, you know, like, I didn't know that. I was just like, bro, but this is why, this is how much we're going to have to cost each kid per year. And that's how it, like, you know, and like I had to do that have that conversation with a lot of people, just try to bring it all together, because if you're not good enough to play reps, where do you play? Like, you know? And that was my thing. That's why I was trying to bring the city together. And it was working. Like, we had a great system going. We had a tournament where it was just like, give it a try. Then we had a tournament that was like, yo, you're really good, we'll get good refs in. It's going to cost a little bit extra so we can get the refs in. And it did work. And then when Dave left, who was the CEO, he was the GM, sorry, and we had another person come in, and that person just ruined it. Like, just didn't know what was fucking going on. Yeah.
You know, it seems to me like with all these little side camps and competitions running outside of New Zealand basketball, it's sort of like if we're looking to it in New Zealand rugby, it's like someone starting up their own club, and playing rugby over there, and starting their own little competition.
Well, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to say, go and run your own little competition, but every third Saturday of every month, bring them over here and play at ASB Stadium, right in the middle of everywhere. And that's what I was trying to do. But then that turned into, oh, hey, tell them they have to pay $5 each. And I was like, what? Fuck, I want them to do their thing. And then come out and play us like every third week. And they can pay the tournament fee. And then I had to, I was the guy that had to have those conversations with all these cool people like Sifo, like trying to help his community. But, fuck.
But see, that should be the job of New Zealand basketball.
It kind of was when you think about it, because New Zealand basketball is a national NSO, national sporting organisation, and ABSL is the RSO, so they get their money from funding from BBNZ. So I was trying to do the job to try and amalgamate and bring everybody together, but like Basketball New Zealand were like, they didn't really give a fuck. They were just like, yo, do whatever you want, like just as long as everybody's playing, and as long as we get our teams you get your teams at our tournaments and pay thousands of dollars, then we're happy. And that's all, yeah. It's crazy, bro. The landscape is crazy. And it's funny, and you had Caps on before, and sometimes Caps goes into this, I don't get the politics. Why can't we all just get along? That's fine, it's sweet, but it's never going to fucking happen.
Well, yeah.
That's a lot of people to make happy.
Yeah.
And we can't make everybody happy, so yeah.
How is New Zealand basketball structured? Because I know, because everyone knows, in rugby, the hierarchy, All Blacks, Super Rugby, NPC, Club Rugby. How does it work for New Zealand basketball?
So it goes Tall Blacks, and the boys ones, Tall Blacks, NBL, high school, reps. That's it. Yeah, and it works. And then, you got your college ball, which is which is outside of us, outside of BBNZ, sorry. And then Australian stuff, ANBL, which are totally separate. But even the NBL is a bit separate too of BBNZ. So yeah, just a little bit. It's just not much though. Yeah. And yeah, so.
So before the rise, what's the standard of ball? Where are we at now?
It's getting better, man.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of understanding the game and having an IQ for the game, bro, it's improved a lot. And we're getting athletes coming out now, because these kids that are just jumping out the gym. But it's just good coaching, bro. If we don't have good coaching, and there's some real shit coaches out there. I hate to be that guy, but there's some dudes out there that have been around for a long time, and that have got a lot of knowledge for the game, but don't understand the kids. Yeah, understand how pick and roll defense, all this stuff, but don't understand how to take it from here, from the brain all the way through to the mouth, and how to teach it to them in digestible ways. Because the kids these days are different than what they were in the 80s and the 90s, so.
Can't be a Bobby Knight and go strangle them.
Oh yeah, sometimes don't. I've been there a few times.
What's the rugby analogy for where New Zealand basketball is it? If you would say Argentina 95.
Oh, bro, fuck. You're talking to the wrong dude on this one, G.
Fucking
Japan, bro. I'd say Japan, right?
Yeah.
Japan's doing really well now, right?
Yeah.
But before that, they were just coming up, right? Yeah, I think we're like that. Yeah, if that makes any sense. I think it does. Yeah, we're coming up. We're getting good players. We just need better coaches in our communities. And we need a system where, kids can find the game really easily.
It's going to be cool like the AAU model that they use over in
I think
America.
that's what the Hoop Nation dudes are trying to do. Yeah,
I always thought about it because you think about Rucker Park, Fat Joe, and all those guys, how they go recruit all these guys for their team, and you saw it on above the rim when. The
other thing too, bro, that we lack is just fucking places to jam, bro. Like outdoor. There's only a few really good outdoor hoops that are lit up. Like even Vic Park, bro, doesn't get lit up enough. Yeah. Like that you could play till 1 or 2 in the morning. There's no places like that. There's no youth town. So that's another massive thing. But they make it out like it's humongous, like we need this 25 fucking court arena. When in actuality we just need some really good outside ones, and we need to pay some people to run some tournaments and run some stuff out there.
Because that Spark campaign they fucked that up, eh?
They fucked that up so badly, G. And I felt sad because Steve was involved.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, Steve didn't know what the fuck was going on. But like that's the thing is like what they should do, because what they do in Rocker Park and all those places is they have like 4 people that work there, and they set up like one is to set up one's to set up the kids stuff. So after school they come through, they run them some drills and they get them into teams, and then another dude does the night stuff, another dude does during the day stuff and the weekend stuff, and they just have like a container like ship, you know, like the big containers. And they just make a window out of it and a door, and that's where they just store all their stuff. Bro, it's not that hard, but like people just like you have people like Spark just trying to jump on the bandwagon. Oh, basketball's big, we'll get on. Yeah, we'll have a. I remember the one in Otara, man. They had a hoop, and it had a LCD screen on the back of the screen, and then you push this button and it like replays like the last like 30 seconds. What a great idea until it got stolen. And then I was like, bro, you fellas out of there. That's on Ngā Tamariki Park. There used to be a screen behind it, bro, and the blank, and then it got stolen. I was like, fire out. Yeah. So, but you know, like if someone was there to look after it, bro, like, yeah, you just get 4 people and just schedule them on. It'd be mean, like, yeah, but we don't have that. We have people that are looking for paychecks and places. Yeah.
Was it New York you went to with your family?
Yeah, went to New York.
You went to see.
Went everywhere, G.
You went to Rocker Park to have a look.
Yeah, G. I went everywhere. My missus didn't see me for like 3 days. I was out.
Yeah.
What's the other courts they have at
Rocker Park? There's
Manhattan, that 9th Avenue or something.
There's Fifth Ave.
Fifth Avenue.
Ronwood. There's I went to a couple of them, bro, just to watch and shoot around. Yeah. Oh, that's my one down there, bro. Rewa. You go down to Rewa, bro. Down. Yeah, that one, bro. Down the bottom. No, the one down the bottom, underneath that one. This is where my whole life was. Yeah, bro. This one. Oh, this you can't really see it. That's Monedale Rec, bro. That's my.
Oh yeah.
That's my home, G. I used to stay there. I used to fucking chill. I don't know who's in that game. But anyway, yeah, bro. Fuck New York City is the jam, brother. I love New York City.
Man, that's my one place. We talked about it. I think it took to Kinka PC about it. I was like, that's... And Aaron, I was talking to Aaron, because one of our other guys who has a podcast, he stayed in Boston, but he'd go up to New York for quite a bit. And I said, man, that's the one place just to watch a game, watch the Knicks at the MSG, man.
The Knicks are I've been a Knicks fan since like...
Another one.
You too, brother? Magic. We're doing well this year.
Man,
we're 6th in the East right now, brother. Shit.
Not today, though, you know.
Nah, we lost today, but... Yeah, no, the Knicks are my jam, bro. I went to Madison Square Garden, bro, and cried, G.
Yeah.
I was standing there like tears in my eyes, bro, and the dude that was taking a tour, he's like, you alright, man? I was like, bro, I never thought I would get here, G.
Oh, man, that must have been amazing.
It was
amazing. From the other MSG.
From Mapleston, yeah, bro. From Mapleston Drive, G, to Madison Square, I was like crying, bro. I'm fucking not even joking, G.
Yeah.
I was actually crying. And yeah, the guy's like, you alright, mate? We went into the changing rooms, bro.
Oh.
I was like, oh. And they had bro, it's the memorabilia on that place is just crazy. You know, that was where WrestleMania 1 was, bro.
Yeah.
That's where bro, with Stark stunked on Jordan, bro. Like, you know, like fucking hell. But no, it was great. I went twice just to have a look at it. Yeah. It's a beautiful place.
They call that is the Mecca.
It is,
when it comes, because there's they had the wrestling there. They had a few Muhammad Ali fights.
Yeah, just so much. And you go around, bro. So what happens is it's like a circle, and you go around, bro, and it has like chronological order, like every day of the week. So that like it's got like it's like a calendar going around, right? Every single day of the year, bro, there's something that's happened there, and you just go through, and there's like photos of every like January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd, and you just go all the way through, bro, and it's just. Did
you stop on your birthday and see it?
Yeah, bro. I think it was like Beyonce, like sold out or something. Yeah, but it was amazing, bro. Like, yeah. So.
You know when you said Prem went to St. John's, are you talking about St. John's?
In Hamilton.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that's St. John's.
Yeah. That's Felipe Lopez, St. John's there, right?
It's like Chris Mullen.
Yeah. But now all those ballers, like New York, that's like you, man, because I've always thought, is it true? Like, there's a vibe there.
Bro, fuck, bro. Like, you don't even know it's nighttime, bro, when you go there. Like, you'll go there and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. Oh, this is when I went, bro. This is not now. Like, but you'd go there, bro, and it's just like, bro, you can't really see the sky, bro, because it's so, when you're in, like, when you're downtown, when you're at Times Square, bro, it's like, yeah. And the cool thing about New York, bro, is you can walk everywhere, bro. You can walk everywhere. You just walk. Like, I found myself just walking, bro, and just going, oh, shit, there's a comic book shop. Oh, shit, here's a record store. Like, you know, like, and you just figure things out. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, let's walk down here and see what there's. Oh, it's dollar pizza. Like, you know, it's.
They slices and all that kind of.
Yeah. I've been 3 times, bro. First time was with my missus, and then I went with a basketball tour, and then I did some time. I went over to Philadelphia. I did like a camp there. I coached a camp over with the Sixers, and
Damn.
and they were like, oh, no, we finish on Sunday, and your flight's not till Wednesday, so you can do whatever you want. I was like, yo, just rented a car and just I was out. I stayed in New York for 2 nights and just.
So did you meet Elton Brand? Because he's the.
No. I met.
Was Brett Brown the coach here?
Yep.
During the time?
That's how I kind of got in. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So.
Because he's got ties with the NBL, eh?
He's got tons of Auckland, bro. He used to coach Auckland Stars. Yeah. So I was over there. It was like a kids camp, but I got to just coach with them and work out with watch some of the workouts and rebound for some of the players. It was pretty good. None of the actual, like, they were just like they're D-League guys, but yeah, it was buzzy, bro. Yeah, bro. But basketball's kind of taking me all around the world, bro. Bro, one of the coolest things I've done, bro, is I did that same thing, but at North Carolina, and I got to hang out the whole 2 weeks, bro, with Roy Williams, bro.
Damn.
That's my G, bro. Like, he was just the man, brother. He was the man. Yeah.
You know, his sneaker game's pretty tight too, man. You see
bro.
all on Instagram, eh?
You should see all the stuff I got. Like, fuck, bro. Like, I got a lot of North Carolina stuff in my house.
Damn.
I was just like, I went over there for 3 weeks, right? And, bro, he treated me like a son, bro. He was just, like, all about, like, he really loved New Zealand. And, I learned so much from him. This was the year after they won. They won, I can't remember what year it was. Would have been like 2015, maybe 2017 was the last year that they won. Was it 17? Yeah. So like I went over there 2018, and I got to just hang out with him and just pick his brain. And bro, that dude pays for nothing, G. Like, because you gotta understand, bro. When you go to like towns like this, bro, the whole town is about the college. Like, it's nothing else. Like, it's not like, we come here, you go to this rugby town. No. Everything is about that.
Chapel Hill, eh?
Yeah, Chapel Hill, bro. And bro, like, literally, it would have been like, bro, 30-minute drive, bro, and you're at Duke.
Yeah.
Like, they're so close.
That's Tobacco Road, eh?
Yeah. And then literally 30 minutes the other way is Wake Forest.
Yeah.
And then, like, they all just, bro, you'll drive and it will just go baby boo, then dark blue, and then yellow and black and gold.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Yeah, bro. It was a cool experience.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and he's just a really cool dude. Like,
bro, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
That's an experience.
Bro, yeah, I think he liked me. I think he really liked me because I asked him questions.
Yeah.
And there were questions that he knew that he liked that he got to answer. Yeah. And so I got to hang out with him a few nights and just chill out with him, and ask him questions. It's fucking next level, bro. Yeah. And yeah, he loves New Zealand. He said he's been twice, and he's like, I gotta go back.
Yeah.
But yeah, his house is like, fuck, bro. You want to see a rich house, bro? That's the house you want to see. Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah. But it was cool, man. Kobe White was there at the time. I got to work out with him and hang out with him. Yeah, and a couple of other dudes that didn't. I think they made it, but that didn't really get through. So yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, Kobe White was the only kind of like things. But here's another crazy story, bro. Is that at those camps, man, he has like a Legends game for the kids, bro. And they only come in, bro. They just come in, come out, bro. Like, they're not even there for that long, bro. And like, it's like they'll get like some of the older campers, mix them in with some of the current players, and they'll get some people if they're available. Bro, like Jerry Stackhouse just rocked in, G, and then Rashid just rocked in,
Damn.
and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck, man? and they just come just to support, just to show up, and then they just rock out. Like I was like, "Fuck, bro, this is crazy."
That's the thing about those colleges, or those like they're lifers, like they go, but you're connected to that school. All these guys, like how Carmelo, like he's got
a Syracuse.
Yeah.
Paid for the gym.
yeah, that's right. It's named after him or something.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
far out.
Yeah,
You know,
bro.
and these guys, they just, and people don't understand that's why the Final Four and that, like, that's why they get those numbers, because
Yeah.
it's not just the ex-ball players, it's people that have graduated there. You know, I don't, you know, you see people graduate from Auckland University, but you don't
Fuck.
see that kind of, you
No.
know.
Yeah, bro, it's really cool. But yeah, like I said, it's a college town, bro, and everything they do is Carolina blue. Like, yeah, it was cool though, bro. I loved it, bro. Like every night, man, me and my mate that were there too, we just went to this barcade. It was like it's like an arcade that you could just drink at. Fuck, bro. And because we were part of the staff, bro, they knew they were part of the staff. Just get fucking toe up, G. Like,
Hey.
they were just like, you don't pay for drinks here, Kiwis. I
Yeah.
was like, yo, fucking hell. Yeah, bro. Crazy, bro. I know it's like stuff I don't get to talk about on my podcast, but yeah. It's pretty. I've lived a bit of a crazy life when it comes to basketball.
I can see, like, you know how when you were talking before, how you said basketball's been the one constant. Now I can
You see what I'm saying?
how much it's really.
Bro, I've traveled the world, bro. Like, I've been to China and Guam and India and America and all these places and Fiji, everywhere, because I love the game that much and I put effort into, you know, like learning the game and asking questions and putting it into practice. Yeah, brother. So, yeah, basketball's huge for me.
Do you miss coaching?
Yeah, little bits, sometimes. But like, yeah, I'm at Roseville College still, so I still get to, you know, coach that level, and you know, it's giving back to the South Auckland community. But yeah, this podcast and this fucking bakery run thing has kind of taken over my life. So
It's good.
yeah, and I do, yeah. If I keep doing what I'm doing, I do see success coming. So I just have to keep powering on and just that's.
It's funny because I was thinking about like how we were talking about before, creating content versus going into mainstream media, and we're talking about New Zealand basketball and trying to get kids into the New Zealand basketball. Sort of like the same kind of thing.
Very, very similar. Yeah, when you think about it, I didn't really connect those two things up, but they're very, very similar. Always a gatekeeper that has some kind of ultimatum, and I think that's exactly what's going on with both of those things. But sooner or later, you know, things will catch up, and we just need to trust the process and just keep going. You know. Yeah, bruv.
Next, man, what do you reckon? Like,
I reckon this Obi dude, bro.
Yeah.
If he comes,
Toppin, yeah.
if Obi Toppin comes, bro, and he's playing like a stat, bro, with Mitchell Robertson
yeah, I love him, man.
and RJ Barrett is playing extremely well.
He's a bit cold the last 2 games.
Yeah, but he's still pulling it together.
That was Knox doing. He's
You know, he's there. I think it's about opportunity for him.
Yeah.
And, you know, one guy that just really is Bollock.
Yeah,
You
Reggie
know,
Bullock, he's doing well.
He has his moments, but there's a few, like, but Julius Randle, man, if he keeps
Oh, he's
playing
been-
the way
He's
he's
been killing
playing,
it, bro.
he's been on this
he's
year.
got to be in the MVP race, ain't someone, you know? You know, he keeps it up, you know, he's an all-star. You know, don't put it past him, bro. He's averaging close to a triple-double. You know,
yeah.
that's Coach Tibbs, man. Tibbs.
He's
That's the
done a good
difference.
job.
Because if they showed a stat, I think the other day, and like we were like in the top 5 for all defensive categories, like points.
That's- yeah.
You know, and
Tibbs
that's him.
Tibbs runs like a very, very.
Bring up the East table.
Oh, bro, we're 6th in the East at the moment, bro.
You know, we'll
Tight-
be there, man.
Yeah, bro, we're 6th in the East at the moment.
Once we get everyone back healthy, mate. Bro,
Tibbs does a great job, and I'll tell you what he does a great job of. His screen defense is where he really shines, because he does a thing called icing screens, which means you push them away from the screen. So if the screen's coming, you know, they call ice, which means to move, so they can't use the screen, and you have to overplay, and the other dude rotates. If you watch them on the screen and role play, watch the dude at the back. So he's done a good job at implementing that, but yeah, they just have to, when that's only on screenplays. And in the NBA, that's like 95% of offenses off of pick and roll. So like that's why I think they're doing so well defensively. But people will probably figure them out sooner or later and start running some motion stuff and cuts to the rim and stuff in transition that they have to worry about. But yeah, so I do love me some Knicks, bro. 5-5, let's go, baby.
Hard up,
It's
man.
the best we've had. Lost 2 in a row, doesn't matter.
Don't laugh, Tama. You know, we're there. How about your Heat there? Oh no, sorry, your Trailblazers, eh? You're the Blazers.
Blazers, yeah.
Yeah, how are they doing?
They had 2 blowout wins,
Oh, what,
but they were just against the.
what's your thoughts on the
low team.
NBA season so far, bro? Like,
Yeah,
you been enjoying it?
Yeah, I've been enjoying. I really like watching the Suns.
Yeah.
My friend, shout outs to my mate Nick. He's one of my good mates. He's been a Suns fan since the get go, and
Must be
it's
those
nice for
Buckies,
him.
You know. Or shout out to Paul Westphal, eh?
Passed away.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That was today, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yesterday?
no, I think it was last week.
Oh, was it last week?
Yeah, in the last week.
I only saw something on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's I just hope LeBron wins another one. To be honest, I'm a big time LeBron fan, man.
Yeah.
He's the guy, bro. Yeah. I was, man, when he went to the Knicks, bro, and he didn't come to. Oh, when he went to the Heat and not the Knicks, bro, I was gutted.
I heard they were that close, though,
I know,
eh?
G.
It was him, Dwayne Wade, and
They were all going to go in the.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
I heard that story.
I heard
Maybe
that
even
Kevin
said.
Durant and Kyrie Irving. Michael Jordan is coming out.
I think you guys bet this
Then
out
hey,
the
man.
owner. The
Nah,
owners.
so
The
we're
problem with the Knicks, they think they're gonna sign everyone.
well. You have to have that kind of mentality, man. But you know what? We figured it out. We said, no, we're just gonna build something. You know, like Field of Dreams, man. You build it, they'll come, brother.
Yeah, exactly, brother.
You know.
I thought the owner was the
Oh
problem.
yeah,
James-
Dolan's
yeah.
the biggest fucking idiot that they
Yeah.
have. But we can't do nothing about that because he's not going to sell the team. So we just have to wait for some racist comment to come out and then we'll kick him out like Sterling.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Oh, wasn't
the
that
other-
when he kicked out Oakley?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! That's
See
the
that?
most disrespectful thing that he's ever
Oh.
done.
Yeah.
Don't ever kick out the fucking
Yeah.
the enforcer,
bro.
the enforcer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him and the next of he kicks out Anthony Mason, bro.
Yeah.
I'm coming to catch his hands. Nobody kicks out the enforcer like.
Speaking of Anthony Mason, man, you ever seen the new guy? It reminds you of Anthony Mason for the Warriors. What's his name?
Wiseman.
No, not Wiseman.
No.
He's short.
The other
He's like
stockier
Anthony Mason.
dude.
Yeah, he's stocky,
And he
short,
brings
stocky.
the ball up.
Man,
quite
but he's
a bit.
rebounding everyone.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But no,
Um,
you know the other,
his
the
name?
one thing I couldn't get. Ever was
Pascal,
the
Pascal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
But the slander that Stephen Curry was getting from the early part of the season, or like first couple of games, they got blown out. But man, he's really. I didn't realize why people hate him so much. Like see, like this guy, like the
People
way
hate him.
They hate him, man.
Try being a Westbrook fan for the last 5 years.
Oh, he had one of his worst
Every-
games today.
Every
Steph Curry, he missed
But they-
14 in a row.
But they won, though.
They won, but it
Yeah,
was
okay.
it was
Yeah.
Damian Lee that scored the last
If
two.
you
Oh,
want to talk about someone getting hated, it's Russell Westbrook. That guy done nothing but play his heart out for the last 5-6 years, and people just shit on him all the time just because he goes hard.
yeah.
Westbrook Hill. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I love Westbrook. I like because he's hearty, that's why. Don't give him not casually, man.
Yeah.
But I love Westbrook.
Everybody's got those people. Like
Yeah.
I hate Reggie Miller. He's a piece of shit.
I know.
I hate that mother.
I love that documentary, though, man. I love that documentary. The 30
for 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this guy's he's a Richie Miller guy.
Women time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
But that's never going to happen again.
I've had
you know?
enough of him.
Oh,
Let's
well,
not talk about it.
Hard out. How did that name even come up,
Piece of
man?
shit.
Shucks.
Piece of shit, Reggie Miller. Goddamn. Looking like a damn ET. motherfucker. Looking like a fat ET. Yo, but nah, thanks boys for getting me on there. Fuck.
No, thank you, man.
So yeah, I got a lot of things in the chamber, but just slowly just putting them out. Yeah, we got a lot of things happening. But hopefully 2021, man, is the year that we kind of celebrate all that shit and things come out. Like we got the Shack coming up soon with Regan. That's dropping in February. Well, some of it's dropping in February. We're just waiting on funding. Bro, I got this Neighborhoods. We don't know if it's called Neighborhoods, but it's going to be a series like the Bakery Run for for HelloFresh are looking to come on board.
Nice.
So yeah, so a little bit there. What else have we got? I'm looking at doing like a basketball kind of series, or kind of like a basketball series called Goat Busters, where it's like a draft series that people draft. So it might be like you only have players from the Lakers from the 80s to 2000. You have to draft, and whoever can get the best team is the winner. We got that shit come up, so I'll hit you boys up, and we'll get some of you guys in there. Yeah, bro, and I'm just out making fucking content, bro. I'm not complaining about shit, you know? That's all I'm doing. Like, yeah, I'm just planning a little bit and executing more. So, yeah, bro, that's what it's all about. And you fellas know what that shit's about, because look at this, you know? Yeah, this is a perfect example of just execution. And yeah, bro, so I really appreciate it, man. Fucking hell.
No, we appreciate it. Thank you, man. That's the way you start off 2021, man.
Hard.
You get in the big guns,
Get
bro.
the big guns.
Get the Knicks fans.
Get the big guns in here. You get the big guns. But yeah, bakery runs out. We take it, bro. We're taking a month off bakery runs, and we're doing bro. You fellas will be into this. We're doing a live bracket, G, of the best things to get from a bakery that isn't steak and cheese, bro. Ooh. And whoever wins has to go head-to-head voting against the steak and cheese, bro. Who do you reckon's coming out, G? We're going cream donut.
I'm a potato top guy.
Oh, okay.
It can't be a pie at all.
It can be a pie.
Yeah.
It can be whatever you
flavor.
want. You can get a sweet thing. It's up to you.
Like the
Get a golden pash, maybe.
Oh, so we're including the drinks from there?
Bro, anything, bro. Everything's in there.
Anything in that golden circle range is good with me.
Oh,
man,
no way.
You know?
So good, bro.
Big purple, you know, even the creamy soda.
Oh, I don't know about the creamy soda, G. I'm not a big fan of the creamy soda. It could be a chocolate milk. We could go wave. We could go primos. We could do anything. But yeah, so we're going to have a live bracket. Every day there's going to be voting.
Damn.
And we're going to go through the 16 top things. And whoever wins got to go head to head with the old with the steak and cheese. And we're going to see who's going to come out on top. Because no doubt, you know, steak and cheese would win it if we just let that go. So yeah, bro, it's going to be pretty mean. So that's what, just to have a bit of a break from producing all the content for the bakery run. And then starting back with my podcast soon. I got Corey Webster coming on.
Damn.
I got who else I got? I got all my regulars coming back, like Regan and Beast, and I'm gonna get Pat back on, Pat Lapa Lapa, which is probably one of the best podcasts. If you haven't listened to my stuff, listen to that podcast, bro. That dude's, his knowledge about the real estate agent, or like agencies and shit like that, is off the hook. Who else we got on? We're looking at getting Susie Cato back on.
Oh,
we're looking at, bro. I'm pretty close. I reckon I'm pretty close to getting Israel Adesanya on. I'm fucking right there, man. Izzy, you got me, brother. Shit. Bro, who else are we getting on? Fuck. Yeah. So the podcast is doing well. But, bro, I'm just happy to be here, boys. So thank you so much for having me. Oh, and I'm doing stand-up comedy too, geez.
Oh.
when?
There we go. I'm going 23rd is my very first try. If you fellas, it's just in town. If you guys aren't doing nothing, if nobody's doing it, the classic.
Yeah, we've been there before too. It's good.
Come and watch me fail.
We'll be there, bro.
I'm going to be talking around some dirty shit, so you can come in. And then I'm hoping to get like a good 45 minutes towards the end of the year, and then I'm going to do a bit of a show with some of the other comedians. So like your Joey Damons and just getting them on and just, you know, and just having a good time. Yeah, I'm looking at actually doing a live version of the podcast. So going to, I've got a couple of really good guests lined up, and then we'll do it out at a place, and people can just pay to come in. And then so we've got some really cool ideas with that. But yeah, bro, just trying to change the game up, you know, and trying to execute, man. Like that's what it's about. Like, fuck talking. Like let's just work and get the mahi done, you know? Yeah. So, but nah, boys, fucking thank you so much, eh?
Thank you, bro.
Shot, Tim. Thank you for coming, man.
Shot, man.
Sus.
Shot us.